Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gelatinous Noobs. My name is Michael, and I will be your DM tonight. Unfortunately, we have our first lost episode. It was honestly one of the best ones. Gone forever. You should have been there, but since we can't turn back time, let's catch up on what went down. Our group set out for Necrota, hoping to find what they were looking for. First stop, Edith Shortguard's general store. Stocking up on supplies for the long road ahead, Johannes got fresh bread and a personal gift from Edith, a skinning knife that once belonged to her late husband, Norman. Nico, Mrs. LaFontaine, and Liz all received warmer clothing, another sign that even in the bleak world, kindness isn't entirely lost. Outside, Dundarian spotted Mel, the gnome merchant, with a fully stocked wagon, told him to wait up while he got some supplies. After shopping, Mel was missing. His cart parked outside the Stray Hound, a rougher tavern on the town's edge. Inside, Mel was cornered by a hobgoblin slaver, a man covered in tally marks on his right and left arm. Dundarian confronted him, and the fight moved outside. With a whistle, the hobgoblin called in reinforcements, a large human and a young drow, who ambushed the party at the wagon. The fight was short, but brutal. The young drow fled, the human fell, and Dundarian beheaded the hobgoblin. But it wasn't over. Dundarian and Liz tracked down the drow, cornering him in the trees. Liz tied him up. He begged for his life, but Mrs. LaFontaine executed him without hesitation, stating, "The only good slaver is a dead slaver." Perfect. Johannes froze. The drow had been unarmed, helpless, and just as young as he, if not younger. But now, he was dead. Before leaving, Dundarian went back to check on the hobgoblin's corpse, only to find the tavern celebrating around his severed head, drinking and laughing, as if the night was just another tale to tell. Depraved folk, but from the body, he took two things: his coin and a map, scrawled with a chilling note: "Return with 5, or don't return at all." With that, they left Hafren behind. As they traveled, Dundarian tried to ease Johannes' mind, stating that it gets easier. Said simply, Johannes replied, "I hope it doesn't." That night, Johannes scouted ahead for a place to camp. Beneath the trees, he found a quiet clearing, already occupied. 2 wanderers, Walken and Kragen. They had already made their home there. They welcomed the group. Fuck you. They welcomed the group to share the fire, and for now, they rest. And that's where we begin. The 59th of harvest, Azarath's reign, the era of lost hope.
The era of new hope.
You found it. Wow.
Wow.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hiya. I know that was a lot, and also, thank you, Grumpy Tuck, for the raid.
Oh,
right off the bat.
Thank you, Grumpy
Perfect
Tuck.
timing, because we are just starting.
We are in it to win it.
In it to win it.
It's been a while.
So,
Question.
yes.
Are we waking up or are we resting now?
I would say right now, you guys are calming down the night. Mel has disconnected his horses, and they're letting his reins down, and Walken and Kragen making a stew, passing it around. Just at this point, just chit-chatting with you guys as you all wind down as the night progresses.
Did I already talk to them about my father? I'm pretty sure I did, but that was a long time ago.
They said they didn't like him. They weren't a fan.
They did not know.
They didn't know who he was. Yeah, they didn't know who he was. Well, let me tell you all about it.
So, my daddy?
He owns a farm, and
My daddy's better than your daddy.
My daddy beat up your daddy.
so yeah.
I will say that Dundarian was just waking up from his long rest on the cart.
Okay, perfect. So are you taking the remainder of
Just watch.
Just watch?
Because you said it's pretty late, correct?
Yeah. you guys wound down at about 10 o'clock. So as the night hit the horizon and the aerotones up in the air, you can see the night has begun. So it's really a quiet night, honestly. You guys found a really nice spot where it's just hidden. You don't really hear much in the night. If you keep your watch going, it's really, like I said, really not much going on. So with that, you all get some well-deserved rest.
Our 4 hours.
Yeah, your 4 hours. Johannes, I will say that in the night you do have... it's hard for you to catch some sleep. You get your sleep. Don't worry. You get you don't get any exhaustion points or whatever. But
I toss and turn.
You do find yourself tossing and turning as
You have to go with 5 instead of 4.
you keep having this reoccurring dream of just that young drow. Just kind of, you know that he was in a bad scenario, and you keep fighting this, thought in your head. He was bad. He did bad. But at the same time, you think, well, I could have fallen into a position like him. What if he didn't want to be there? Mm-hmm. You don't know those. You don't know what's going on because you never got the answer. So you just kind of keep thinking about him throughout the night.
Yeah, I think it's a constant struggle between I understand he was a slaver and he was bad. However, nobody deserves that, Yeah. And he's he hasn't quite come to terms with it yet, for sure.
Yeah.
Question, since this is our first, is this our first watch?
Yeah.
So you're taking watch first. Don't
So
do we have to have 2 watches?
So I already long rested.
Yeah, he can just
On
watch
the,
the
so
whole
I'm up.
So you can just do the whole thing.
I'm just
He was
up.
sleeping all
Elf
right.
power.
Okay. That's what I was confused about, because in the future, if not, we have to do 2.
2 watches.
Yeah,
Just
just
two
like
watches.
normal, just like normal, but we can start our days early.
It's like normal, but normal.
We can do 2 watches, but ours will be
Just 4.
it'll be half. It'll be 4 hours instead of 8 hours. So
Okay.
Long years, short sleeps. That's what my dad
Short-
used to say.
whoa! I didn't know you were from that part of it.
Oh no, I am actually. Do you want to know about it?
Okay, I just wanted to clarify, because I was confused.
That being said, I think before everyone dozed off to sleep, I would have asked, given we do not require much rest, we'll be waiting for our new companions here to waken.
Of course, yeah. You wouldn't consider leaving without them. Well,
We just met them.
they're good folk.
I'm not saying to abandon them. I'm just saying that we don't know where they're going or anything.
Did
We
talk
don't know.
to
We
them
don't
about
know
where
their
they're going?
schedule.
You could. It was,
You guys had talked to him a little bit, but Daenerys was waking
yeah.
up when that happened.
They did hit the hay, so you probably have to wait till the morning to fully discuss kind of plans and stuff, because the very, very brief conversations you guys had was just kind of,
You're not gonna murder me?
yeah, you're not
I'm
gonna
not
murder
gonna
me.
murder you.
Hey, the fire's warm. You guys seem nice. Very brief. This is my name. This is his name.
And they were humans, right?
No.
One was a orc.
One of them was a half orc. You
For
didn't
the
get too
viewers.
good of a look at him. Just you could tell he was a pretty big, muscular dude. And then the other one was a hobgoblin. The orc's name was Walken, and the hobgoblin's name was Kragan.
Oh, wow.
Comes back to haunt me every time.
Dundarian, sir. If maybe this would be after Johannes woke up, so it's 4 in the morning. Two. It's like 3. It's like 3 in the morning.
It's morning time.
It's early.
Very, very light
I hope
blue
you
in the
said
sky,
every
but
camp.
mainly dark still.
No.
Yes.
If we are to wait for them to wake,
Convinced you're too old.
I'm fine with waiting.
No, I fell asleep in a
They're
chair.
talking in their sleep.
No.
Just let them. It's very dangerous to wake sleep talkers.
of course. While we're waiting for them to wake up, so we can clarify our attentions, could you maybe show me a thing or two about wielding the sword?
Of course.
Fuck off. Not you.
Fine.
I
I'm getting mixed signals.
I dreamt of this thing popping up in my eyes, telling me to update over and over again.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, so maybe show me a thing or two.
Of course. I think we go a little bit further away, and I find 2 large sticks, just in the forest.
Yeah.
And I just kind of start walking you through like the very, very basics of like, well, let's
I know the basics. We've done the basics.
show me how you stand then.
Okay, and he shows you his stance. And you can tell he's done the rudimentary sword training for sure. But his stance is a little old, very old school.
Yeah.
Very, very old
I think
school.
that Darian goes through the key principles of like everything that is a more advanced technique is based off of a good fundamentals. Like you cannot overemphasize.
And you can tell he's trying to do the really flary
Yeah.
stuff already. And
I imagine the scene from Ghost.
We
I don't know
actually,
what that
I
is.
was like, let's drop the sticks and we'll start forming a pot.
Okay.
It's from the movie.
Okay. So that's what we're doing. What are you guys doing?
I think, early on. I think we maybe go like 20 or 30 yards away.
You guys,
Yeah, I expect you to level after this.
you're level 12. You like sword. I know how to
So
use it now.
I'm gonna speed run.
I
it.
come back, Johannes is just jacked. He's like,
It's like
when you awake.
Let me. This stick has runes.
Do you ever
Level 20.
watch Fairly Odd Parents with King Arthur?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he puts on his glasses and he goes, I can see.
Yeah.
I can fight. And he gets big. That's
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Just you
Just
pick
you.
up a sword and you go, I know how to do this. Anyway.
What are you guys up to?
Yeah, what do you guys do? What are you guys doing?
Is this the middle of the night?
It's 3 a.m.
I mean,
And
to be fair, you guys don't need much sleep.
We're all waking.
Yeah.
You guys are probably all waking up around 2 if you went to bed at 10.
They just
Yeah.
wanted a little
Just, I mean,
thing before we
R&R.
woke up.
No, we're out while you guys are awake, presumably.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
like we woke up as well. It's like 2 a.m.
At the same time,
Yeah.
you guys are waking up and he's like,
I was
Straight.
just because you only need 4 hours doesn't mean that you have to sleep 4 hours. You can sleep more if you want.
Yeah, he's
But-
getting out. We're getting out early to start working.
I take a good 5 hours.
Okay.
I wake up, start making me some porridge over the fire,
Okay.
and then, I sit down and I start eating my porridge, because that's how you start your day.
That is how you start. It's a very important way to start
That's
your
right.
day. Sooner or later, Mel will kind of get up and like mosey on over to you. Can I have some?
Oh, yes, that's the best meal of the day.
Oh, thank you.
The only meal.
one thing that I would have said after, how long do you think we would have been training? Like an hour?
Yeah, a couple hours, yeah.
Yeah. I would say before everybody, the normal sleepers, wake up, I would have come to you guys and be like, well, the question stands. Are we going to see if these 2 travelers are going with us, or we parting ways?
I guess is there a the benefit is in numbers? I mean that attracts a more attention.
It does, which is why I bring it up.
If they're trying to be stealthy, I think we should. And also it depends on the coin. We're here to do a job. Depends on the coin that the merchant has.
Well, I
Can
think
he afford 2 more?
I don't necessarily think that we need to include them in on paid position, but we could share the road if. Big question is
They're
if they
heading
are
our
heading
way.
that way.
Yeah.
More the merrier.
Especially if the slave is
Heading the
afoot.
same
I mean,
direction.
if we get hijacked on the road by a group of 20 slavers, having 2 extra capable fighters is
As a
Inval-
distraction, would be
invaluable.
great.
no.
I'm kidding.
I believe it's meat shield.
Yes.
If anyone's gonna stay, it's me.
Okay.
I just jest.
Okay.
It might not be in their best interest, though, if they're protecting the caravan and that we do get jumped.
We will talk to them when we wake up. When they wake up.
My only point is that we could very easily waken Mel, put him on the cart, and start leaving if we intend to travel separate from these people and get a few more hours on the road.
I can't start my
But
day
if
without porridge.
Well, after, but still, I mean, they'll still be sleeping for 3 or 4 more hours after.
I forget how long people sleep.
Was Mel not awake eating porridge?
This
No.
is before.
Yeah.
This would have been
This is-
before. So, like,
We're kind
we-
of
We're jumping back and forth.
the
yeah.
thing is, the thing to remember is like we only need 4 hours. They need 8. So it's for them. we're
Mel
gonna-
did wake up a little earlier because you said you slept about 5 hours. Mel does wake up at around 4 o'clock if you're still at the camp, and that's when he would start hanging out with you.
Okay.
He just wanted to make a point that before the people woke up,
These strangers who we
Yeah.
don't know, like we can either like wait for them and say like, "Hey, do you want to travel with us?" or we can just leave.
Well, they shared their soup in their campsite with us.
So very
I
kind.
think we at least owe it to them to ask if they're heading in the right direction. What do you think, Mel? If you want to get on the road, we can get on the road.
Wow. I mean, the more the merrier. I mean, it was a different story when me and you came down here. It was just two old men in an empty wagon. Now that we have a full wagon, it's more likely that we're a target.
Dundarian, so I think we wait.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Just have a drink. It's all right.
They seem nice enough, and I'm not in any hurry.
I don't think you should. It's too early for that.
It's never too early.
He has a
Okay.
real problem.
Hey.
Mel,
I'm just saying how I see it.
Anyway, I think
fast forward to after training.
after training, after breakfast.
Oh my god, do you guys sword fight?
They probably start waking up as we are returning to camp.
So I mean, yes, they need 8 hours of sleep or whatnot. They get up pretty early.
Yeah.
It's around 6 o'clock. Right as the sun starts to crest above the trees, you see that the half orc walking. He gets up first, and he starts. He kind of just starts tidying up his area. He goes over to his rabbit that he was tending, and he's like looking at it, and he's like, I think it'll be good to go after this. And he you see him mosey up and grab the rabbit and head over towards the fire.
Don't put it in the fire.
No.
You're ready to go. You're fat enough. Burn.
And then like 15 minutes later or so, Kragan's a little bit more hesitant to get up. He stretches, he's yawning, and he kind of just lays in bed for a little bit longer than where Walken was just up and got up and headed over.
Johannes would have prepared 2 slices of his fresh bread with the jam on it, and he would have presented it to him very close and awkwardly, like, "Hey,
Yes.
eat.
Well, thank you. Oh my god.
It's delicious."
I've had fresh bread in quite some time.
Edith Shortgard at the town we were in. Fuck. Hafren. I'm sorry.
No, I've been there before. She's nice.
Delicious, right? Mm-hmm. And you too.
Kragan's like, well, I can't say no to warm bread.
It's not warm anymore. I'm sorry.
Well, I can't say no to cold bread.
You could heat it up with the fire.
I guess I could.
So should have sat on it.
We have the technology. Fire.
Where you lot heading?
Well, might I ask where?
Well, don't all go at once. Or do. I don't care.
I think that happens. I was like, well, where are you? And he goes, Necrota.
Necrota. We're going to Necrota. How about you?
Well, that's the thing. We're not really going anywhere. We're just wandering around.
God, no.
Insight check.
Nomads.
No insight check. He trusts him.
Not my way to live.
They're out of mads.
7. So I'm not. It's not like, ooh, are these people trying to lie to me? It's like, does that seem odd to Dundarian that people would just be like, I'm a perpetual wanderer in these dark times?
No, not really. I mean, you think to the times, and I mean, in a sense, you were a perpetual wanderer. You know, it's just, did they really have a home? It doesn't seem like it, and they just kind of go where the wind takes them.
Sure. This is a nice campsite, and they're staying here for...
This is just where they happen to be, ended up at the end of the night. They're just taking in the sights.
A nomad.
Yeah, so, I mean, what are you guys doing in Illumia? No offense to you. He looks directly at you two. He doesn't really... You guys, don't really seem the type, I guess, to be wandering out at night.
Some
I'm-
people of Illumia are very sexist.
Hit your elbows.
Not
I told you to put 'em
wandering
away.
anywhere at night. I'm traveling with my companions.
Right. Aren't we all just on some journey to Necrota, or wherever the next town is, I guess?
Well, the journey's to bring the light back to Illumia.
Finally! I've been waiting for a long time for that light to come back.
Well,
This is a cesspit.
do you pray to the light?
I
Yes
look
and
at you,
no.
I'm like, here we go.
I mean, I don't necessarily pray. If I were to pray to anybody, it's to our goddess Nabuhi. I love nature and trying to preserve it as I can, but
Absolutely, yeah. Well, let me just tell you what. My father, Eckhester Lysander. Do you know him?
No.
Oh, we already talked about him. He's going to bring the light back. We're going to Necrota to hopefully rendezvous with him and your mother. And that's it. That's why we're going there.
And maybe partner?
Maybe.
We don't know a whole lot about her. She's been confused since the accident.
And the
I'm not
Lambros.
confused.
How long have you guys been traveling together?
A day.
8 years.
Since yesterday?
I think he may also be confused.
So just a day?
Just a day.
You guys seem like a pretty good crew.
Thank you, friend.
I would say I could vouch for this group. They're all good.
We've been
People.
traveling for a while.
Hell,
Yeah.
I'd say that we've been traveling for just about as long. Look at you guys been together a day. We've been together for like at least half of that day.
Yeah, good company, honestly. Just wouldn't want to be a defenseless criminal.
How is it that you two came to meet each other?
Asshole stole my kill, and then Walken's like, "That's not how it went." Long story, I left my tribe, the Iron Maw. Have you heard of the Iron Maw?
I'm vaguely
Have
familiar
have
with
I
them.
heard of the Iron Maw?
No.
You roll a history.
Not at all.
Yeah, you guys.
I don't know where history is.
It's in the past.
Predator!
You haven't heard of them. You've heard of them.
Vaguely,
He's just like, yeah. Long story short, they suck. I don't like them. I left, so I've been wandering ever since. This guy over here got kicked out of his tribe, and he goes, "I wasn't necessarily kicked out, but whatever." He's just like messing with the bunny, like whispering under his breath. But so I'm out here tracking. I'm searching. I'm going through the forest. Everything's great, and I see a deer, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill that deer. So I pull out my bow and I shoot it, and I don't kill it, and it runs. And this asshole, he steals my kill. I track him after like 2 hours, and I see this guy mending up this deer.
Did you injure the deer at all?
Oh, I hit it. Yeah, it was bleeding. I hit it right in the shoulder.
Sure.
And
Fair is fair. You split it 50-50.
well, that's the thing. We didn't
He
get to
was-
split it.
He was healing
He
it.
healed it, and he didn't let me. He didn't.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
What have you been eating?
Well, I mean, we still eat animals, but it's just
Just the unlucky one.
no. He
It's
has
not
some
deer.
weird philosophy. It's just if we don't do a killing shot, you fail.
I'm
You
not-
don't get to kill that
I'm
animal.
not judging. I'm
no,
just curious.
it makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't want to just put a dying animal out of its misery just because you can.
Yeah.
Have you two just? have you two?
He does make eye contact and then like looks away.
Have you two just been living in the wilderness all this time?
Yes and no. I mean, we go to town. You know, honestly, we just kind of go where the wind
We're
blows.
a perfectly
Taking
healthy human.
jobs to jobs.
Yeah.
What have you done recently? Where have you worked?
I mean, recently we haven't been doing too much. We figured out heading south was not the best idea. There's a lot of bandit camps and whatnot, so we've been kind of just ducking
Slavers.
and weaving. Yeah.
Predators.
We haven't encountered any of them, luckily.
If
But
you see tally marks on the arms, that's a tally for, I don't know, each person they've eaten. I don't know.
They've taken, I think.
I figured it was
Maybe.
something scary.
Predators, all of them.
listen, I don't know. Luckily, I'm not in that trade, but we just do odd jobs. You know, I do as much as I can. I hunt for people. I fish for people.
He's a
Both
slaver.
of us
He hunts
have.
Are there
people.
forearms exposed?
Mhm.
Is there any tally marks?
No.
Several.
You actually do. You won't really,
It's one
really
big
have to
tally
roll for
mark.
it. But you notice on walking as he's like kind of petting the bunny and tending it up, you notice that his arms are wrapped in this cloth, and underneath you can see patches of like what he's kind of covering is like just these burn marks. So his forearms and his hands are.
Did
burnt
your
up.
tree burn down?
That's from
Bring
him
it up.
holding the last bunny over the fire.
I would ask, we are heading north. Like, would you care to accompany us? You seem to be, as you said, going with the wind.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't want to be in the south anymore, so I'll gladly I'll travel along.
I think it best you'll be part of the movement.
Sure, whatever that means.
Speaking of that, I need to go have mine.
No, we're just bringing the light back to Illumia. It's better to witness such
It's
things
a lot
rather
of
than stand
fiber.
idly by. Also, and he'll approach Walk-in. And he'll be like, do you want me to tend to your wounds, sir? I'm a healer.
They're healed. It's just scar.
I see. Okay.
Very well. Well, if you all are ready, we
Already the horses!
I feel like we had the horses ready, like everything ready.
Mel like runs over. He's like, "Don't touch Poppy!" And he goes over and he touches. You go over to grab like this brown horse, and there's like this beautiful white horse that has like blonde mane that you noticed before. Yeah. He like purposely like swats you away. He's like, "No, this is my horse. This is my one,
my precious."
Mrs. LaFontaine, do you need help with your bags?
Sure. She just kind of like hands them to you and just drops them.
I help you like pack up your camping stuff because I see you like.
There's no help. You're just doing it.
Okay.
No help, just do.
I see you just standing there after I pack my stuff up with everything still out, and I'm like,
She's never come.
I offer my help, and you're just standing there. I'm like, okay.
I would love some. Thank you.
Help.
I'd love some help. Thank you.
I was
You're
actually
doing
waiting
great.
for you to finish doing yours so you could do mine.
And I do that, and then I look over, and Nico
I
didn't
was just like
undo
propped up,
any of his.
fell asleep with a book,
Mm.
and then I woke up and made me porridge.
It is quite good.
It's the life.
Note to self, maybe I should unpack Nico next time.
Kara, roll me a d20.
Who's that?
Sorry. I mean, it's you, not your character.
Yeah, they're not actually rolling dice.
How do we know?
That's my government name.
Yeah, call her
Do I add anything?
Just
Fungofonger.
flat.
13.
Triple Fronger.
Fungofonger.
Fickle fungus.
So yeah, as you guys
Fickle Fungus is a great
Oh,
username.
no.
That's a great username.
Yuck.
fickle fungus.
Like us at Fickle Fungus.
Fickle fungus feet
That-
finder.
You find her.
All right, that's the
That's
stream.
our-
Bye, guys.
Save it now. Save it now. Save
That's
it
your
now.
new handle.
That's
New
where you're
URL.
at.
Awesome.
We're in all the hot words.
So you guys get all packed up. Mel says he gets up on his wagon. So, like I said, we have a couple of stops we need to make before Necrota. I told you this.
No.
Yes,
It's fine.
No, you didn't. This is new news to us.
It's fine.
This
It's
ain't
just
in our
business
contract.
terms.
Remind me so I can recall.
Sorry, I saw your face. And you went.
That was Matt's
Ooh.
face, not.
That's just how I look.
Yeah, I told you. Not all this food's for Necrota. I'm dropping them off at some of the farming communities.
Neighboring towns, of course. Yeah.
So,
I refuse.
We know that it would be better for us this way anyway. We'll be getting some rest at some inns as well.
hopefully,
And
yeah.
restocking supplies as we go.
As needed, yeah.
Sightseeing.
First step, oh god. And he pulls out a map. Stoneborough Keep. That's first.
Very well.
Sounds interesting.
Just a small town.
Great place.
Cute. Quaint.
I mean, it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be a dwarven keep, and then it got turned into a little community. So it's fine.
Are
They're-
the dwarves still there?
No, it's just a mixed community.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got some beautiful like ancient architect, but it's kind of old.
I like old.
Me too.
On the road again.
He blushes a little bit.
Yikes. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
I think
Accidental flirting.
And he goes, "Oh, sorry.
Mel.
Is everyone ready to go?"
Liz looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he just frowns. He's like,
Mel, are you okay? You look a little red.
a little flustered, friend.
"No, no, nothing." He
He
pats.
doesn't talk to many girls.
I got Poppy here. Pats Poppy.
Don't ask.
Okay.
You'll regret it.
Then onward we go. How's the weather today?
He looks. I lean close to you. He looks like he could be my grandfather.
He could.
He's also small.
Yes.
Well, like, I'm not saying anything against that. And he's short.
Short king. No, weather today is nice. Slight overdraft. Nothing too
Overcast.
Overcast.
No overdraft whirlpool.
Yeah. Overcast. Nothing too crazy. Sun's peeking through the clouds a little
Nice.
bit.
Okay.
I think I talked to Craig and Walken, asked them about how the hunting has been in the area.
Oh.
Not that we need to roleplay.
Yeah.
Just,
Good.
like, as we're going, like, if we can try and hunt some food and some game.
They're like, yeah, it's good. And then Walken, he finally realizes that the bunny's like trying to kick away. He's like, oh, good. And he puts it down, and the bunny scurries away. He's like,
Kill shot.
rabbit is off the menu until we get out of this area.
Okay.
Saul is quite keen on rabbit, so
Rabbit is off the menu until we get out of here. He's going to have to be okay with squirrel.
okay, that's fine.
Unless Soul wants to be on the menu.
No.
Hey.
So, yeah, you guys just kind of venture onward. It is a couple day trip, honestly, to get to Stoneborough Keep. The first couple days, we don't have to roleplay any of this. We're just going to kind of fast forward a little bit.
You see our wagon on the map.
Yeah, you guys, you don't really encounter much. You have a couple passerbys that, are also on wagon
you
or
like my
horseback or
wagon?
whatever it may be. But you don't really see anything crazy. The nights are cold, but nothing too crazy. But we get to the 62nd of harvest. You guys are off the beaten path. The keep is a little bit off to the side. You can see it in the distance. It's a humble keep, but it is propped up on a hill. So you can kind of see it as you guys are approaching. So, and I was like, well, that's it. As you approach, you're getting closer and closer. Can I have you guys roll a investigation or perception?
We refuse.
What is better for me? Perception.
3.
19.
Do you have
22.
an inspiration or 20?
No, that's just a D2.
20. What'd you?
Natural 20 plus
7.
2.
Roll your hand if you got over a 20. Okay, 7, 3,
19.
19. Okay, so I'll count all you 3.
The sun was in my eyes.
We're having
it's,
oatmeal.
Yes.
it's
We dropped you guys off at the old folks.
Yeah, you couldn't see.
We're
You should
looking
probably
the
get
wrong way.
glasses.
it's kind of quiet. You don't hear what you would think you'd hear for a normal town. Like the hammering of like an iron, like a blacksmith, or just the hustle and bustle of the town. It's just kind of quiet.
Too quiet.
But Mel was saying how about 100 days back, at the last couple of days he's been talking about the last time he was here was like 100 days back. He talked to a couple of people. He's going to drop off just a couple barrels. They don't need much. So he's just like, okay. So
Mel, excuse me.
Yeah.
I can't help but realize it does seem as though the town may be mourning.
Is it normally this quiet?
Are they religious folk? Maybe it's an observance day for.
It's a very quaint town. Can we see it yet?
it's a keep, so it's a completely walled off by like tall stone. So you can't see into it.
Oh.
It is quite odd that it would be this quiet.
Is everyone asleep?
Well,
Doubtful.
Sometimes at the Leicester Garrison on days of observance, we go full days without speaking. So
yeah.
Oh, so someone
so-
died.
The Leicester Garrison's, 10, 20 at most? This is a little more. There should be some noise coming from the town.
it's 14.
Well,
Add 4.
It's not a competition.
I guess
Perhaps,
let's just go ahead.
perhaps you stay here and maybe one or two of us go ahead and make sure everything is fine.
Sure.
In case slavers have taken over the town.
I doubt slavers, but there are other forces at work, perhaps. Costs us nothing to have one or two look ahead. I'm willing to go if anyone would like to join me.
I just don't want Mel and the goods to be.
That's why I said just two of us go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
We're not traveling hours away. We're just.
How
Yeah,
far
you
back
guys
should we
inside.
stay with the wagon?
I think we're just on. Like we see it. We're probably a couple hundred yards or
Yeah,
anything.
you guys are a couple hundred yards away. You don't see anybody kind of coming away. You do like something to think back on. Like there is a side road that connects. Like I said, this is off the beaten path. You didn't really see anybody heading down that road. or up. You guys were the only ones traveling.
We're not on the main road right now.
Main road, side road.
Yeah, so it's a side road that leads up to the keep.
Yeah, but we're on the main
But-
road to the keep, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The main road, which is a side road.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
So yeah, do you go up to the gate?
Yeah. I think I would have made mention like as soon as it becomes obvious the town's too quiet. Like at that point, however far that would be, whoever would like to go with.
I would say, I mean, you notice, like, for you, I mean, you only rolled a 3 or so, and I know that doesn't fully pertain to it, but, you know, in your head, you're like, well, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it. It does have tall walls, so maybe it's just muffled. You know, I haven't been here before.
And
not how
presumably,
sound works.
presumably, us bringing up how quiet it was made you start.
And then that's when you were like,
that's
yeah.
100%. Like you guys being like, wow, it's really quiet, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, town this size should have at
Anything.
least some noise.
Yeah.
Some ambience.
If nobody else
I'll check
offers
out
to go
with
with
you.
him, I will. If anybody else does,
I'll go. You protect the wagon.
yeah, that works.
The old guys can handle it.
We're not.
Maybe-
We're not leaving for. We're just
No.
going to.
We're just
peek our
gonna walk
eyes.
around the city.
I'm
Yes.
pretty fast, so if we need help, I could maybe run back and holler. Or
Whoever, I,
I won't twist anybody's arm.
whoever would like to join me.
I'm filing my nails.
We'll
I
stick
can
back.
go.
You three go. We'll stick back.
Okay.
An
All three?
awkward silence
Yes.
will ensue.
oh yeah,
A tense
you guys
silence.
are in like,
Where he'll just basically like stare at her and then like look away, and,
Hey.
like look at her, and, like
If I catch him, I just kind of like. I think she just has like a really bad resting bitch face.
yeah.
So
it
just
is
like
very- sorry.
she kind of
Like,
like feeds into it. A little.
Kragan the entire time is just like shooting the shit with Walken, and Walken just isn't really saying much. And he's like, "Oh, come on, Walk. What? You talk to the new friends. What's going on? Like, why? And then like he realizes that you guys are being quiet, and he's just like, "How flot you are."
they could probably like cut the tension with a knife between these
Yeah.
two.
Kragan tries, but Walken is like, "No."
If Kragan says anything funny, I think I'd probably laugh a little bit.
Yeah, he's joking basically the entire time. So yeah, you guys go up to the gate.
Yeah.
It's
I will say on approach, I make sure to like be like, okay, cover up your fine clothes, like hood up, you know, just.
Okay.
So I have my fox skin.
There's no need to
Cloak
draw
up.
more attention to ourselves.
so. Yeah, you head up to the doors. Are you going to then open? Okay. As you open up the door, you almost get like, you know, as things open and the breeze on the inside, a dust kind of picks up. Can I have who's right next to the door? Is it just you?
I would say maybe a V formation.
Well, I get like, so we're walking up.
It's
There's
a
little.
big metal. Sorry, not
Metal
metal.
gate.
Big like wooden door that then cracks open like so.
A big,
And is
like,
that
city
already
side
a
gate.
red flag?
Well, yeah. Well, like that's
Yeah.
the thing for me. Like, if we're walking up to the gate and there's
It's
still
shut.
zero sound at like walking right next to the city, I'd be very apprehensive. I would be
Yeah.
like, this is definitely on.
Yeah, you just hear some.
Is
like,
there is there any way that I begin to like take a few steps back and just like I want to look up the walls? Is there any way to like scale the wall or anything like that?
No, it juts out towards the top, so you wouldn't be able to get a good grip.
Maybe the town is abandoned.
I will. Is it just the two main gates? There's no like smaller like single door entrance.
From what you see, no.
Yeah, I think I just kind of like peek the main gate. Yeah.
As you creak it open, can I have you roll a Constitution and a Wisdom save? Let me know.
Ah,
Nat 20 for
Whoa.
Awesome.
nice.
Goes up to, you said Constitution 24,
Wonderful.
Wisdom 17.
Okay. So Constitution, awesome. You, like, as you creak it open, it smacks into your face, and you're able to just kind of blow the wind out. So you don't fully inhale it, but you get some in your eyes, and you're just like, ah. And as you open your eyes, yeah, there's people.
Noise is back.
Mhm.
everything seems fine, and I'll like fully push the gate open.
Can I have you guys roll Constitution and a Wisdom?
No.
Madness, dust.
No.
Dust, dust that you breathe in, you freaking go mad.
8 and 12. Con and Wiz.
Okay.
Is this a charmed by chance?
Nope.
Okay. For Constitution, a 9,
Okay.
and for Wisdom, a nat 20 for a 22.
So you can't breathe, but you don't see anything.
I can't breathe, but I'm like, nothing's here.
So you like he fully opens it up and you get smacked with this like just dust through the air. You do cough up like a lot, and for like a second you like look out and you see and everything looks a little stagnant, but then you blink and like everybody's moving around.
So if I've opened up the gates completely,
Like, there's people and noise?
Yep.
like fully swung the gates open, what do the people at the wagon
What kind
see?
of wisdom save is this?
How far away are you guys?
100 yards.
Yeah,
100
it's
yards?
like
The shit?
100 to 200 yards.
You see right now. You do see people. You see people standing there. You don't really see too much, but you see people.
You see any movement?
No, I mean you see your friends walking around.
If it's just that, the three of us, I think I'd say everything seems to be normal. We'll go get the others.
We couldn't hear anything. Do they have some...
Is there anybody
Magic
up on the gate that like
muffling
says
it?
like come in?
Nope.
Nobody
No,
acknowledges you.
we just hear ambient city noises and
Yep.
see people walking and stuff. Everything seems fine.
Hey,
Might
I'm
as well.
walking
Can I
here.
roll an insight?
Yeah.
On, like, the people.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing.
I'll go get the cart.
Yeah, I was gonna say we all had. Nice.
That is a 23.
23.
Yes.
It seems odd, but you're also like, I mean, it's just everyone's just kind of standing and talking to people. Then
It was like normal business.
kinda.
Yeah, but is there, like, any interaction that, like, okay, this is just taking, like, too long. Like, why is
Yeah, a
why
little
is this
bit.
still, like, happening?
A little bit, but at the same time, you're just like, I just got here.
Yeah.
I've been staring here for 10, 15 seconds.
Okay. I think as we
Stress pickles.
go to turn away, I mutter to you guys, I can't place it, but something feels off here.
Oh, definitely seems odd that it would be so quiet.
Very dusty.
Yes.
Something with the people isn't right.
Well, it seems odd to me that they wouldn't have anyone manning the gates or have the gates open, but we'll discuss it with the others when we arrive.
Yeah.
And the three of us start heading back.
Heading back. As you head back, the gates close.
The gates close.
I should have asked.
It's
for
not, and
stress
it's not like a
pickles.
menacing, like, oh, someone closed it. You can just tell that they're on a hinge. It's almost like a saloon door. So once you prop them open and you release the pressure, it closes back.
Okay.
Technology.
Odd for a city gate, but because I would have been here before. Was that how it was before?
Have you been here before?
I would assume some point in my life, being a traveled
Yeah.
person.
It's a keep in the south near where you were traveling on the main road.
Well,
I mean,
how about we just roll a chance? Heads or tails, or even or odds.
Okay, even
So,
heads or tails?
heads you have, tails you haven't.
What's heads? What's
Heads is
tails?
20.
Heads is 20. Okay.
Heads is 20.
20.
20?
Have.
See, I mean, you've been here before, and yeah, I mean, it's an old dwarven keep, and you're trying to think like, yeah, a lot of the settlements around here that have that like old dwarven whatnots, like a lot of their doors were just on these like weird mechanical hitches. So
Just
you're,
as
like,
a protection.
yeah,
Sure.
it's just a thing. Like
Sure.
it's just so that it doesn't have to be manned.
The
Basically,
last time that I was here, was there somebody at the gate, though? It seems, that's the thing that seems the most odd to me, is that the city would have no guards at the gate.
You remember that there was guards on the outside, and you remember people walking around the top, but yeah, you don't
Sure.
remember if you were like interrogated right at the door,
Yeah,
or like
no.
not interrogated. But you
Yeah.
might be.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I think.
It's weird. There's
I
no
th-
check-in.
I think. Yeah. I think we walk back and get back to everybody. Seems it's not quite as I remember it, but the town perhaps has some magical enchantment to protect it from sound being released. It seems odd that they don't have any guards at the gates.
Very dusty.
Mel, you said you were here roughly 100 days ago.
Yeah, I was here at the beginning of
Rum spring.
revival. So yeah.
And we greeted at the gate. Was there guards there? Was it like
No,
this?
they've always been kind of quiet. I don't know. I mean, I just hang out at the pub typically. So I talk to Roxy. She's been there forever, and I made the deal. I don't typically come out this way, but I just told her I'd feed her and her family.
Well, let me ask you this. How much is going to Roxy? Do we need to bring the whole wagon?
No, not necessarily. I was just gonna give her about a barrel or so.
One barrel. How heavy is a barrel?
Barrel full of fish. It's about 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
You could roll it though.
Hey, well,
100 pounds is doable for you.
100 pounds is doable. I mean, but for like a couple of us, for like more than one of us, it'd be very easy. How sturdy are these barrels? No.
I paid for sturdy, so I'd hope they're sturdy.
You think we'd be able to roll one up the hill?
I think you could roll the hill.
How do you care to see Mel again or Roxy again, or was this just a job?
I wanted to.
Are
I wanted
you
to.
worried about being...
Well,
The people are odd.
as Lysandra pointed out, just something feels off.
Give me one moment. I won't go in, but I just need to get near. And Johannes will...
Coming up with you.
Yeah, he wanders up the road within 60 feet, and
You're gonna
will
get
will
dazzled. I
close.
know.
He'll close his eyes and he'll like put his hand out and he'll divine sense, which gives him the ability to detect good and evil. Until the end of your turn, you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or known the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Nope.
I have a feeling spells like this have never been useful ever.
It's very specific.
No,
Yeah.
I would say that's a very helpful one. It just doesn't help you in this situation.
I don't think anyone's ever used it before.
Sorry, House.
Yeah,
Did it work once? Oh, good for
it
you.
works. It's
It's a skill issue.
You close your eyes and you can detect any.
Always find a rail.
You can detect any bag of pickles that may be facing the north sun. None? Okay, well, that's a spell slot.
North.
it's a good radar check.
Yeah. You just don't.
There's nothing wrong with it. He'll go back to he'll go back to you guys. I don't sense anything
Well, friends,
strange.
we can all go together and take the wagon, or we could be cautious and take a single barrel.
I trust your judgment. If you think there's a chance that we might get ambushed and Mel's goods be stolen,
I have no reason to believe that we would be ambushed, aside from just an off feeling about this place.
I think we all go together with the wagon, but I think we proceed with caution. That's my vote.
Do you want us to like scout around and make sure that no one's blocking off any exits, or?
I don't know. It just seems odd to me that there wouldn't be guards at the gate or on the walls.
if there are no guards that were present, did you see any guards inside the walls? If there's
when I looked inside, it was just generic people, just NPCs T-posing.
No, it was just like people being like, "I'll buy this." Okay, cool.
Were there any bandit folks that you saw?
They just looked very generic, like normal people.
If you didn't see guards, then I would be worried to go in with a full caravan of goods. Genuinely.
My thought exactly.
So maybe we hide the wagon?
Well, Mel and I, we stay back. And
Anyone could come up
You
this road,
take
though.
you.
Mel wanted to see Roxy.
How-
Perhaps
We can just watch the wagon.
we can take a single barrel, which is what
Yeah.
was promised, and then Mel and I can go, and if anyone cares to join,
I mean,
we will.
I need at least 2 people to defend the wagon with me.
I'll stay back.
You.
Yeah,
Well,
walk-in's like.
I also have walk-in and yeah. If I have walk-in, yeah. As long as walk-in and
I
other
do
doodles.
turn to
Craig?
walk in Craig.
Kragan.
Do either of you have any abilities of scouting or any? I noticed that you were quite adept with animals, perhaps.
No, I just like animals. And then Kragan's like, I'm good in the woods, but
I see. It's fine.
what did you say to me?
Actually, my class is useless.
I can find some
actually-
berries.
I'm just saying,
Come
like,
at me, internet.
I mean, if you want, you can just. If you want, we can just watch the car, and you guys can.
Kragan.
Yeah.
Walk-in. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on point on the wagon. Could you get between here a southern and a northern perimeter around the woods, just to make sure nobody's around?
Counterclockwise
Yeah.
formation.
Thank you.
Why don't?
It does blow
You
my.
guys are tactical.
It does.
I studied some strategy in the Leicester garrison.
A lifetime of hardship has taught me to be cautious.
All right.
I would
Listen, I don't blame you, but
ask who would like to. If anyone would like to join Mel and I, it's fine. Otherwise, the two of us can go. And if we don't return within the hour, then perhaps more of you come and aid.
Come with.
Very well.
Oh, stay. That's a big hill.
Yes, you should rest.
Mrs. Bafante?
I could stretch my legs. Just hop off the wagon.
Maybe get a drink at the tavern.
all right. So, you three head back up the hill. Are you just carrying?
Us three, Mel, and
yep.
then the barrel. I think I'm
Yep.
just rolling the barrel.
Yeah. You roll up the barrel. It's
I can help
yeah.
with the barrel.
With her help, it makes it a little easier. But
I'm
man,
strong.
Strong.
It's pretty rough.
Strong.
For me, it's just like it'd be harder to carry it rather than just roll it.
You guys get to the precipice of the hill. You get up to the gate. You open it up. Can I have you roll a Constitution and Wisdom, please?
7 and 3.
Ooh.
Okay, 3 Wisdom.
Epic
Yep.
rolling.
Yeah. So when you open the gate, I mean, once again, you get hit in the face with just the dust that's kicked up.
Yeah.
Sneezing. I have allergies.
You cough and like, you open your eyes and you see everybody. You really like you see a hustle and a bustle in town. So you guys proceed, and Mel.
You're like, what were they
He's like,
on?
What are you guys?
good.
There's nobody here.
Mel, if you care to lead the way.
Yeah, sure.
As we're walking, I want to take notice. Does anybody approach us? Do we see any guards? Does it just seem business as
You
normal?
see a couple guards posted on one of the southern walls. You see people in the little market area. There is roll me a perception to see. That's the obvious stuff that you see, but 12.
Just him?
What?
Just him?
You can roll. Anyone that's in there can roll.
I actually covered both of your eyes.
No. Can't see nothing.
18.
18.
14.
14. So with a 12 and a 14, like I said, you guys see a lot of the hustle and bustle of the town. You see a lot of people doing transactions. It is odd because you don't really fully see people like completely moving from place to place. It's just kind of a lot of standstill. One thing that you notice is as you guys are walking, you see this side alleyway where there's like 50 people standing, and they're all outside this door, and they're just like, "Hey, let us in! Let us in!" And you guys just keep walking.
Hey,
50
50
unhappy people.
Yeah, 50 people that seem pissed off.
It's like a concert of people.
I haven't noticed.
What?
You guys, I mean,
I don't know if you've seen. This barrel's pretty big.
It's not that you don't fully notice.
No, I
it's
get it.
just that
It doesn't draw attention.
It doesn't draw attention because it's not like they're yelling super.
Can
duper
I
loud,
like
but-
hang back to see if they say anything else besides just
It draws
let
your
us in?
attention. It doesn't
Yeah.
draw his attention.
Yeah.
I think we maybe walk a couple more steps. And
Yeah.
then notice that you lag behind and turn.
So yeah, you rolled pretty high in your insight, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled like a 23.
Yeah. So as they leave you behind. You're kind of like staring at them, and you're trying to just get people's attention. You're looking at them. They're kind of just let us in.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think I would
get
just
out
ask
here.
them, like, hey, what's going on?
Some of them look at you and they're like, "Oh, he won't let us in. He won't let us in." And then with that 23 insight, for just a split second, you just get a flash of their face. So what's looking at you is this human woman, and she's like, "Oh yeah, they won't let him in." But just for a split second, you just see like orange, like her face is like entirely orange, and it's just for a split second, like so quickly that you can't fully comprehend what you just saw. You just saw like a quick flip of something. But then she's like, "Yeah, he said he would help us, but he won't let us in."
Leave the president alone.
Who is
Gonna get us
he?
canceled.
Drakmir, the cleric.
What
He
do
said
you-
he would heal us, and he won't let us in.
All of you need healed.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm sorry. What is ailing you?
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
Miss LaFontaine, where did Lysandra go? Mel, hold up a moment.
Inside. Oh, that's not as good. That's a 7. I feel like this. I mean, she's lying to me. Why would 50?
She says nothing, and she immediately just turns back and just like, "Let
Yeah.
me in.
Let us
Let me in."
I take some steps backward, keeping this lady in my eyesight, and then I go to turn and see if I can see.
Oh, there she is.
I like
Where did
speed
you
walk.
go?
There's 50 very upset people trying to see a cleric because they have something that's ailing them. It's something is wrong here.
Would you allow me to roll a medicine? Does it seem like the town's like maybe under a plague or anything? Like maybe there's
Yeah,
a sickness?
They're down with the sickness.
They are down with this.
Yeah, I think we should maybe drop this barrel and run.
You've already failed
It's
your
2.
checks. You have the sickness.
We already breathed in the dust.
2.
Dusty bears.
You're like, no, and then you like they seem fine, and then you look over at the people that she was saying are like demanding to be let in, and they're just kind of standing at the door.
Yeah, I think for me, like
They're
I'm not
just
even,
standing there now?
For me,
No, for you they're saying let me in, but for him they're just kind of.
For me, I'm not even like looking at them. I'm more looking at the town. Does the town seem like it's like under plague protocol?
You got
no.
a 2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, unfortunately,
There's-
you see, and you're
There's
like,
not a single wash your hands sign anywhere.
yeah, it's
Nobody's wearing a mask.
Nobody's wearing a mask. It's fine. Mel, let's.
I was like, I'm gonna go talk to Roxy. You guys go to the market or something.
Why? No, we're here to drop off the
She's
goods
in
and.
front. I want to talk to her.
I'll meet you guys at the tavern. I'm gonna go try to say hi to the cleric. Or you guys can come with me.
Or you're not going by yourself.
I
Is
must,
that a bad idea?
I must say, with everything, with the vibes of this place being given off, I do not think that it'd be wise for us to linger in this place longer than necessary.
Can I have all of you guys just roll an insight?
Outside.
If you refuse to roll,
Edine.
he's gonna do anything.
17.
With a 5, he's stating like this town being odd. I mean, you look around and you're like, everyone's just hanging out. It's fine. This is, I mean, it's not normal, but like, it's a pretty common town.
You got
They're just
50 people standing in an alley.
People are, I mean, it looks like they're waiting in line for something. It could be, I don't know.
Taylor
You
Swift
guys-
tickets.
You guys,
I'd wait too.
You're thinking in your head, you're like, plague. What are these people doing? And like, you look over towards the town just for a second. Once again, you see that little like, it's like reality blends. You see all the people that are standing there at the market talking, whatnot. For just a second, you don't see too much, but you see like orange. You see their
I get a
body's kind of
flash.
stagnant, and you're just like, and then back to.
If I get a flash of anything, I'm like, we should leave. There's something afoul here, and I do not think we should linger. Mel, I think if we're going to drop, everything about this place is ringing alarms for me. I do not think we should stay.
It's messing with my eyes. Can we meet you back at the gate then, if you're gonna visit your friend?
Sure.
Are you okay with that?
I think it is an unnecessary risk, but you all have your own choices to make.
He's your friend. If you insist on staying here and visiting Roxy for a prolonged period...
Yeah. Can I try and roll a persuasion on Mel to be like, hey, look, something's wrong here. Let's drop off the stuff to your friend and get out.
Like, try to like tell him like, hey,
Yeah.
look over that group of people. Shake him a little bit. What do you see?
We
I
need
actually
to
just
leave.
start taking orange cards. I'm just like right in front of his face. 8.
8. It's just like everything seems.
Can
fine.
I... Oh, he rolled already. Well, if he could roll the... Can I try to help him? Like, give him
How
the
are you
help
helping
action? Just in my demeanor with how shaken I am.
She goes,
Listen.
please.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. roll
Because
advantage.
because she looks so
more time.
distressed and she's like, this place is messing with my mind. These people are wrong. There's 50 people demanding to see a cleric.
7.
7. Yeah.
Okay.
He's just like, I'm just gonna hang out.
Very well.
Okay. Drop off the barrel.
I will.
Do you want to roll a perception?
Always. 20. Dirty 20.
Perfect. So you are looking at that building because you keep taking glances towards this line that's like connected.
Oh
to
yeah,
the
because
way.
I'm like, are they gonna run at me?
But you see that they're waiting at this door. It's like this ironclad door, and you notice connecting to the same building, there's a little inlet, like a little window, a barred window. So you're thinking, well, maybe I don't need to go in there, but I can at least see what they're trying to get to. That's all I will say.
The
I will-
DM's baiting me.
I
I'm
will.
not waiting. I'm just.
You
that's all
saw a
can.
window. I mean,
You
that's
see a window.
I'll go with you, Mel, to drop off this barrel, but I think I will return to the wagon after.
Okay.
And then I turn to you guys. Do as you wish, but I would not linger longer than needed. And I just help Mel get the barrel as quickly as I can.
Mrs. LaFontaine,
Yes.
can I trust you?
Have I done anything to make you not trust me?
Yes.
No, you have not. I need you to watch my back.
Don't shoot it.
What are you about to do?
She takes her staff and she like kind of does a little run and she leaps over so she can like quick peek in that window and then like dart off.
Okay.
Cause she's like super scared of these people because something's off. Like alarm bells are ringing in her head. She's like, I want to leave. This place is.
tell her she'll just start
Bad.
killing him.
So. Roll
But
a-
she's also like,
You're not here.
But she's also like,
Wait, they're defenseless?
are these real townspeople?
Yeah.
Where are the townspeople?
Roll an insight. Or roll a perception.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh, yes.
9. I was rolling so good and then I didn't.
That's a mighty
quickly-
roll.
You quickly
Yeah.
like peek down, and you see someone like at a desk,
Okay.
and
You did it too
you
fast,
can't
so
really
you don't see anything.
You can't see much more than that. You're like, is he writing? Is he sleeping? Is he up? Is he down? Like, what's going on? You just quietly go, oh, there's a person, and then that's about all you see.
Okay. I'm happy with that. I've run out of the alley.
Okay.
It's not alarming. Someone's at a desk. It's not like people are chained up in a basement. Okay.
Presumably-
We're good.
Miss
Let's
LaFontaine,
leave.
how do you betray her?
Did you see what you wanted to see?
It wasn't a spooky basement. It was just someone at a desk.
Mrs. LaFontaine, make me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Wisdom.
They're gonna eat our brains.
14.
You are getting this like fiery pulse on the back of your neck. This is a common thing that you've kind of felt the last couple of days, but like this one's burning a little bit brighter.
She's got spidey senses.
The Peter tingle.
I'm going to allow you to roll one more wisdom save, and the number you're looking for is a 15.
Well, higher.
1.
But how about a 17?
Not higher.
Sick.
No, you said 15.
Let's leave.
You went too
Yep.
far.
So
That'd be exactly.
It had to
a
be exactly a 15.
you're like feeling this pulse, and you're looking around. Everyone else has been seeing the same stuff that you've been seeing. You've been like, yeah, there's people in the alleyway, whatever, and all of us like your eyes start to kind of get that hot flash that you felt before, and your eyes glow. What color do you want your eyes glowing?
All
A
above.
scarlet.
Like scarlet?
Yeah.
So yeah, for
Okay.
just a second, your eyes glow a scarlet, and it's almost like burning away the vision of what you've been seeing.
She's a witch.
And you've been
Scarlet.
Scarlet witch.
and you can see, you hear just like a faint whisper of an echo. It's just like, see now. And, oh shit. That's not good. And you see the reality of the world. You look around, and where you saw people doing regular business transactions, standing in the alleyway, whatever, you now see these statue-esque people. They look like people, but they're almost entirely rotted away. Their skin is almost rusted. Where like every vessel of blood and muscle where blood would flow through is just entirely rusted over. They don't have eyes. They're empty husks. And they're just like standing there. Some of them have clothes, some of them don't. They're just standing there.
Are they like moving?
Nope. Completely.
She does start killing.
Okay.
And like the more you look at it, you're like, oh, they're not talking, they're not speaking, they're not doing anything. I think they're dead.
Okay.
So anyway, I started blasting.
To get to the window, do I have to do anything like acrobatic?
No, it's a
Okay,
low
just
window,
go.
so it's like a cellar window, so it'd be like one of those.
Liz was just being dramatic.
But if
Yeah,
you
she
want
was
to do
just being
something acrobatic,
I will
more
say
than welcome
you
to.
still see a hustle and bustling in town and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I'm just waiting to leave.
Can I go? Give me a second. I want to go peek in the window.
Yeah.
But like not quickly.
Yeah,
I just want to go.
You
fucking...
get to just see the entire thing, and you see a dead man. He does not have the same complexion as everybody else. He genuinely looks just like a dwarf, but he's sprawled onto his desk, and you see a journal open in front of him.
Is the window locked?
So it's a barred window. So
Okay.
think of it like that size, but there's 2 bars set into it. It'd be kind of hard to crawl through.
Is there any other windows or doors on the back side?
The only door is the one that all of those people were standing in front of,
Which they're just standing there.
which they're just standing there.
Yeah, little rust heads.
Which they're actually, you can see they're immobile.
Are there any other windows on the building?
No.
Sounds like a bad building.
Well, I will say, there's windows
Talk about
up,
a fire hazard.
but
I know, right?
there's windows like up, but that probably doesn't connect to this basement side. It seems like he's in a cellar, so you don't know if,
So there's like a cellar door.
yeah. That's the door that everyone's standing in front of.
Okay, so it's like a cellar door.
No, it's a standard door here in the alleyway. His window is up to the side here, so you can imagine that you have to go down from that door.
It's like a basement bar.
It's a basement bar. Think of it like the what was it, the White Rabbit that we went to?
Okay.
It's like that.
Shout out White Rabbit.
And since I looked at the people, they haven't
Nope.
shifted or anything.
They haven't moved a muscle.
Until you look away.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey!
Mrs. LaFontaine, what do you see?
What do your elf eyes see?
Is he looking at you? Is it a he?
He's just dead, and that's the only thing I see down there.
Hey!
I mean, you just see a dead man at his desk.
Okay.
You do see like
Felony.
you see some holy like symbols that he like had either marked or painted onto the wall.
Okay.
Something
yeah.
unholy.
I walk around to the door, taking extra care not to like bump anything.
Yeah, you're like bobbing and weaving through these husks.
Which
I
looks weird to you.
I guess I'm following her. And bobbing and weaving through
Excuse me, miss.
People.
people
Sorry.
that I see that are still yelling to let them in.
Yeah, right now a lot of them are just kind of like staring at you.
Oh, this is awkward.
Is the door trap?
Excuse me?
Not trapped, but it
Too
is.
close,
Please don't
latch
look at
on
me.
It's locked.
Can I pick the lock?
Yes, you can.
Ooh, you pick locks?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you? We'll see.
I wonder when they'll be back, Johannes.
It's dexterity plus proficiency.
Keep your eyes
right?
peeled on the
Yes.
forest.
What? No.
I would also accept. Like,
I have a
sleight of
book
hand.
I'm reading.
Fine.
Well, my dex plus proficiency's higher than my sleight of hand.
Then
So.
do that.
I don't get it. I got a 6.
This
Roll
bear's
a
quite
stress.
heavy by
Can I
itself.
give the help action?
Yeah, you can give the help action.
13.
She's like bumping the door with her shoulder.
Yeah. So as your
Yeah, I put my ear up to. Turn it this way. Just a little bit.
yeah, just do it that way.
That's why I'm all fucked up, because she's like, do it this way. And I'm like, have you ever fucking done this?
Like, can you shut the hell
Actually, yes. I used to sneak out all the time.
up?
I'm what you call a bad girl.
Yeah, my parents put reverse locks on the doors.
Oh, it is like Redead's. Duh.
So you guys, you are able to bust the lock. It's not a super challenging lock to pick. You've picked many locks. It's honestly just kind of a standard door lock. You do realize, like, as you're picking it, you look up and you see that there's this little sign that just says, like, cleric, clerical. I will cure your ails.
It's a little green cross.
And you
Neon.
open up the door and you see a staircase down. There is another door, like, before the staircase. That one's unlocked. You can just open that
Okay.
one up.
This is a little spooky.
I'd bring her in, and I'd lock the door behind us on the inside.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where's
So
this
that
going?
way, in case something happens out there, they can't come in.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Just leave me out there
Yep.
with the merchant
Mrs.
And the
LaFontaine,
heavy barrel.
and the heavy
What?
barrel.
what's happening?
And I don't know your sensibilities, so I'm not going to
Just
spook you. But I would say
so I could use the spell.
I think we're all seeing something a little different
Yeah, this
than
place.
reality. It's a little weird. And then I'm going down the stairs.
Oh, okay, and then I follow after her because I'm like, you're just okay. We're going down here.
So you head downstairs, and there's like a kind of a stereotypical, like, quote unquote doctor's office type vibe, where there's like a counter where you can get your elixirs and your
Lobotomy.
ailments and all that.
Look for healing potions.
Yeah, I mean you can if you want. But there's a little back door. It's a little jammed, but you can just kind of prop it open. And then, yeah, you're left into this basement room where you see the man. If the window was here, his desk was off to the side, so you see him to your left.
And he's dead.
He's dead.
Do I see a dead man?
You do. You see the man who was sitting there before.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. How dead does he look?
He
Like long dead, like
not
rotting,
super long dead. It's
stiff,
Medium
he's
death.
definitely
warm.
he's been dead for a good 20, 30 days, it seems.
Oh, he's stanky.
Rare,
Okay.
medium rare death.
From your point of view,
He's
just
gonna
by the way,
slough
you're
him
kind of just standing by the door while.
Oh, I'm not saying I went
we
with
age the
Mel
maggots
to drop
on
off.
That's what I'm saying. Are you like at the tavern?
As soon as he drops
No.
off the tavern, do we see Roxy?
Yeah, she's just standing there at the counter, and
Is
he's
she
like,
interacting
"Hey,
and
Roxy."
talking?
Yeah, he's just talking to her back and forth.
I tell him, I said, I'll meet you back at the cart. I leave him.
He doesn't know where we went.
Yeah, I don't see.
Assume they went back to the cart.
I don't see them. I think that sets off more alarm bells, and I run back to cart. I'm like, something's very wrong with this place.
No. Okay.
Where are the ladies?
They're gone. They were taken or disappeared.
I'm
but
gonna look for
something,
stuff in here.
There's something very wrong.
Hold on,
with this town.
who are we on? We're on us
Oh, yes.
now?
Cart.
Yeah, let's do cart people.
You
You
said
guys were gone for like, what, 10 minutes?
what, you said you couldn't find them? Tell
we
me.
split. We were heading into town.
Yeah.
People seemed to be acting odd. Lysandra thought she saw a crowd rather upset, and I saw them. I saw weird flashes, orange faces. I'm not quite sure. I tried to convince them that we needed to leave, but Mel was determined on dropping off the cart, and I told the ladies that we would drop off the barrel and be back. I could not convince Mel.
You said all of these people were waiting to be healed in line.
No, she said that they were perturbed. I didn't get any more information. Really. But
I assumed they would have said that to you.
but when I came,
They said it to me.
but when I came,
I said that.
oh, then I say that.
Yeah.
When they said that they were waiting to be healed, but the cleric wouldn't see them. Regardless, I told them that we shouldn't linger, and when I returned, they were gone. I immediately came to get you. I think we should all head into the town, but
Well, yeah, we've got to heal the people. I mean, if they need help,
I'm not
we've got to ask them
entirely
what's wrong.
sure if something is very foul. I saw a face of orange. I'm not sure what it means or anything, but
Cregan, walk in. Watch the cart. We're going in.
Okay. I don't want to deal with orange people.
Let's go.
We must find the ladies.
So we're colorists here.
Let's go
Take
in.
us to the
Just sound
people
kinda scary.
that need the cleric.
yes, please follow me.
And then when he gets close again, divine sense one more time, just to make sure nobody's undead.
You
Okay,
don't sense anything.
Cool. Really, just wanted to try one more time.
I lead you guys to the crowd. I said they were here before, and I don't know where they went.
So you guys open the door?
Yes.
Okay. Constitution and wisdom.
Yeah, because I don't think part of it is like I don't register breathing in it.
Constitution, wisdom. Are you going with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said the ladies were missing.
Okay, so the Constitution is 13. The Wisdom is 23.
I got a 9.
23.
23.
I got a 9 for Constitution. I'm an old man.
I'm a cleric.
I'm an old man.
And a 19 for Wisdom.
You fractured your hip
So-
on the way there.
You see the crowd, they're hustling and bustling, just kind of standing. You breathe in and you immediately like cough out. And for a second you look out into the crowd. You said 23?
Yeah, 23.
For a second you look out into the crowd and you see like people like interacting, and immediately you're like, no. And you see
This?
you see that.
Johannes
And
would like cough, stumble. He would just take like 3 steps in, and he would blood-curdlingly scream.
I
He would
immediately.
scream as
Immediately
loud
turn.
as he could.
What's wrong, Johannes?
They're dead. They're all dead. They're dead.
Does that do anything for us?
yes.
Breaks
It registers, and you're like, you've been fighting it a little bit, you've seen the flashes. The instant he like breaks it, it's like boom, you can see the truth. Same with you.
He has a heart attack. He dies.
No! Roll a demon hunter.
Get 100
We,
you're dead.
we need to move quickly. We need to try and find where the ladies are, and we need to get them out immediately.
I don't. Are they dangerous?
The door.
I
You don't see any
know.
movement. They're all completely
damn it.
stiff.
I have no idea.
I'll
I
back
will-
down. Oops, sorry.
We need to get Mel first. We
course,
know where he
of
is. We
course.
can get him, and then we can
Lead the way. Try not to get too close to them.
try to keep your eyes open for any sign of where the women went.
Gotcha.
So we will hurry to the.
Yeah, because I know exactly where Mel was.
Yeah.
I can't.
Mel's gonna be
imagine-
sitting there.
just a dead body.
And
that-
Roxy's gonna be one of those.
Yes.
So you guys, you're searching his
Yeah.
area. I will say, both of you roll a d4.
2 health potions.
You don't even, I'm not even. You're not gonna have to roll a d20. Just roll a d4.
Okay.
I will-
4.
4.
You both get 4.
Greater.
No.
Superior?
No, the bog standard healing composures.
Oh.
God,
I
wait.
won't spit it that.
That's still a great amount.
I'm
That's
gonna,
great.
I'm
That's
gonna add one
huge.
thing. I draw my blade.
Yeah.
When moving.
I push a button on my staff and a little blade comes out the top.
It's like switchblade. So you find those, but then really you don't see too much other than, like I said, he has that journal that it looked like he was writing in.
Okay.
I would say to Lysandra
What you
to
gonna say?
Look,
Sweet
it's
girl.
just the two of us down.
back up the stairs a little bit. And I'm gonna use Mage Hand to try to get the journal from him.
Journal.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it's gonna like wake him up.
Yeah.
Or
Do you think it's trapped?
potentially that's why this is helping.
So yeah, he's on the desk like this. You take the journal,
She's nervous. She's like,
and
I've heard of a story where.
his hand plops, and that's it. His hand was on the journal, and now it's on the
Okay.
table.
He goes.
I take the thing.
Asshole.
Lysandra's like, oh my gosh, there was a story when I was younger of an old man who came back to life, and I thought that was gonna happen.
Just get up the stairs. Let's go. There's nothing else down here. Really?
Roll. Well, how close did you get to the dead body?
Not like overly close. Probably within like. He's
Roll
probably really stinky.
Roll an investigation.
Really
Or are we gonna-
stinky.
Loot that body.
No. He's real stinky. I got a
Do you
3.
want to roll an investigation,
P.U.
To investigate the body.
or you could just go up to the body?
No.
You
Did
wanna
you?
roll it?
Lysandra's on the stairs, scared this body's gonna jump at her.
You don't have to. I'm just
I
saying.
did roll an investigation for the room.
Do you want to do it for specifically him?
Sure. Can I keep my roll?
What'd you get?
Dirty 20. You want me to reroll?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's even better. Joke's on you. 22.
Ooh, I don't know about you, but 22.
So you see as she pulls the journal out, his hand plops,
Yeah.
and a beam of light that was passing through the cell
The window.
binks off of a window, binks off of a ring on his finger for just a second.
The light.
In the city.
The light.
If you want to put a ring on.
The bountiful light shows us the path. Shows us the way.
That sweet, sweet loot.
Out of the dark,
I
out of
think
the
it's
darkness.
weird that all this is happening, and there's a dead guy in a basement.
Yeah, but shiny.
Mrs. LaFontaine, are you... I see you cast magic. You're magically inclined.
As of late.
Has a ring on his finger. Are you able to sense anything from that?
That is not my forte.
I'm more of a handsy gal.
Maybe we could take it and see if it's linked to what's going on in this village?
Yeah, go ahead and
Or is
touch
it-
the dead guy.
Better to leave it.
I think things are going too well right now. So I think it's time we skedaddle.
I
think
Agree.
the DM wants us to take it, so I'm not gonna take it.
don't want to touch that body.
The bait has not been taken. The two girls
What I
run
love
up the
is
stairs.
that you
trip.
don't know if it's good or bad, but the fact that you think it's bad makes me happy.
I'm so like Johannes wants to be like, hey, did you guys check the basement for anything?
I am checking for signs of the women on
Yes.
the way to Mel.
True.
I mean, she's the magic person, and she's saying no. Lysandra is mortified. She just saw someone die recently. And...
Roll a religion check,
Okay.
both of you.
It's religion time,
Losing my religion.
but it's different religions.
23.
23. So as you're you're looking around the entire basement,
What is religion?
and you see. You can also see like on his cloak, you see the sign of Lucy, who is not bad. She's the goddess of giving and charity. So a lot of
He
there's,
was
like-
he was a giver.
he was a giver.
So he'd want us to have the ring.
I'm just saying that you can probably just see that he was a cleric of Lucy.
Yeah, I don't think we.
reeling it out.
I don't think we
almost
should
got
stay
it.
down here. We should go.
We should go.
I felt the nibble. Wait, hold on. What else? What other check can you throw in there?
That's all. That's all.
It really
On our way
shines.
up, with my mage hand, I took the book. Can I have the mage hand go try to swipe through?
Roll.
Yeah, it's a dead body.
Sleight of hand.
A sleight of hand.
Not that you're stealing it. It's like how easy
To
are you able
take
to get
it off?
How
It's
easy?
stealthy, so she didn't know, but
How easy are you trying to get it off? Just take the finger with.
9. You get it off, but the finger comes with it.
okay.
That's fine.
I don't let her know though.
Okay.
That the finger comes with.
She would be weirded out. She'd be freaked out that you took it.
Yeah.
So.
That's a big one, man. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, we'll take a photo of that one.
I
That's
drop it in my bag with the book.
All right. So we
She
got
loses
book.
the
We
ring
got
and
health
keeps the finger.
potions. There's a dead body in here, and we're leaving.
And we're leaving.
I
We get
hope
some-
Dendarian is still at the tavern.
Oh,
Should we go back to the car?
I immediately, like, at the precipice of the door, like, spill the beans of what's going on.
There are tears streaming down Johannes' eyes. He is like gagging and like
Oh, no.
babbling.
He looks like off to you guys. He's like, huh? And he
Poor
looks back to
baby.
Roxy, and he's like,
He was just making out with her.
Is Roxy a rust?
oh, big time.
I look. I like get him. I think, yeah, I get him, and then we need to find Miss LaFontaine and Lysandra. They're missing.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm.
Why don't you get back to the cart?
Yeah.
We'll escort you to the court, and we'll be able to watch you leave from there. You'll still be under our protection. We need to hurry, Mel.
Yeah.
There's no time.
He scurries away.
We won't tell nobody we saw you kissing the
You have
person.
orange all
he
over.
was like sitting there like this to her though.
Yeah.
He was making out with her.
He was like,
So yeah, you guys all leave. Make
this
your
is
way.
this is where I saw them last. I don't know where they could be.
Yeah, you guys hop back up.
At that time,
Yeah, you guys hop up and you like.
does
start, like-
she?
We're dancing through the.
Does yeah. Does she? She unlocks the door and then we're like dancing through the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You bump into one and like it just kind of falls over and just
It-
cracks.
Is
I
it broken
explained
for
to you
them?
what I'm seeing because I hadn't explained to it.
They're just
to her
staring
too
at
much
me.
detail.
They
Does
were
Johanna
just
see
staring
them?
at me.
He would just finish it.
What's wrong?
Were you taken? What happened? Where did you go?
We went to go
got nosy.
see a building.
We went to see the cleric.
He's dead.
You're fine. Nothing took you. Nothing. You
No.
didn't feel your wits change or anything.
No.
No predators.
Well, she is seeing different things than what I can see.
Is it
I
broken
would
for
have
her?
explained.
Yeah, everyone right
We're
now.
all
is
seeing the
broken.
same thing.
Oh,
You
it's
just-
broken.
you-
Oh, I murder scream,
It-
throw up on the ground.
It is. Oh, this is the first time you've seen it. I
Yeah,
guess.
because I
Yeah.
didn't explain it to her until we were like coming back up.
Because
Yeah.
I was.
Did you wait till you guys maneuvered through the bodies, or did you wait till after?
On your way back up, you were saying.
on the way back up the stairs, I would have been like, "Hey, so things are a little weird out there."
Yeah. So like you walk up and you're like, no, and you see the people and they're like, ah, and like immediately they just like pause and boom, you see that.
Look, nothing took you. Nothing attacked.
No, I was curious because what I was seeing is the people trying to get in there. Let's leave. Let's go.
How big is the town? Is it a small town?
It's. I mean, honestly, like
This is the town
If you
center,
were to
yeah.
use a
We're
reference,
literally this.
this is about the town
Yeah.
plus a little bit more, like off to the side where you guys came from, but it's small. So
The keep is the town. Is the keep.
We did.
like
As-
one block,
Yeah.
honestly.
We found something really interesting though. The only person that's not like this is the dead cleric, and he had a book in front of him. We haven't had a chance to look at it.
What? Why?
Let's get outside the walls.
We can all see them now, but I think I clock it that he was coughing And that's like immediately, and I think I immediately like take my cloak, I wrap it, and I just cover your mouths and your nose. Don't breathe anything.
We all locked
I
up.
And then he'll just Johannes will just run out basically.
Okay.
yes, that's
Yeah.
I'm too old.
Mel
for
Mel
this
is
shit.
like, we're boarding this up. Nobody else should have to go into there.
yes, but I let us take a minute. Let's just think things through once we're outside.
We'll burn it down.
We get outside. I think we go fully back to the car and explain the situation to our other two companions there.
Oh shit!
Yes, it's quite bad, but look, as terrible as things are, it's not like anything was attacking us when we were in there. I think we have a duty to for sure put warnings up, but if this is a contagion,
Sandra is in the bushes throwing up.
burn the bodies.
Can I roll an Arcana or a History? You can choose to see if I had ever studied of some sort of magic or spell that could have done this.
Can I add to, like, just as an advantage and just be like trying to do the same thing? Be like,
You would hear
what-
him spitballing. He'd be
Yeah,
like,
and I think
then you
that's
would-
what it is.
yeah.
Like me just spitballing
Sure.
with you, of like
do
things that
you
we
want
don't
History
know
or
about.
Arcana or either, or it's the same plus? So.
Just do an Arcana. If you want to check for magical, do Arcana.
I'll do History and then I'll do Arcana just to make you happy. Natural 1
For history, you have no clue.
for check, and then a 9.
9.
Yeah.
Arcana, you're like, well, there is magic, but I've never heard of magic.
I've never
that's done
seen
this.
magic.
Would you
do
allow
that.
me to do 2 rolls? And I would like to do a medicine for like any natural born plagues, or a nature for like a fungus. Or
Yeah.
anything.
We've already know that there's some of that in the air tonight.
Fungal friends.
Fungi.
Okay, so medicine
Fun
is an
guys.
11.
Okay.
Nature is an 18.
So medicine, you haven't heard of any diseases like this. Nature, I mean, you're like, yeah, there's funguses, mushrooms, spores, but none of them
Fit the bill.
have fit the bill.
Mycelium.
What language is this book in?
It's in
Common.
Yep.
Can we take some time to just leaf through it to see if it mentions any sickness?
Absolutely.
Towards the end of the writing that's in it, because
I will say there
He
are.
we don't
passed all
He
doing
had
it.
like a definite like. Without saying it, he basically was like, start here. Like you could tell that he like was like, this is where everything went to shit.
He
'Cause,
creased
like,
one of the pages.
Yeah, for the
He dog-eared it.
for the first, like, you know, it's just common things like, oh, so and so came in today, they had a cough, blah blah blah. I gave them this as a remedy. This person came in, lost an arm. I did this as a remedy. Like
It's a patient
com-
journal.
common log, and then it got to a point where it was like a record. Literally, it just says a record of the final days of Stoneborough Keep. I will say there's 8 passages. I can start with 1. I can read them all, or we can do whatever ones you want.
Probably start with 1 for now.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe the first, and then we can skip to the last part.
okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
if
what
you
I
want-
want to know.
And if you want anything in the middle, just let me know.
Yeah, maybe highlights.
78th of Revival. So thinking back, that it was about 80 days ago. Visitors today, strange ones. They called themselves Cleric of Normanor. By the way, just so you guys know, Normanor is the god of the harvest.
Gotcha.
So, they called themselves Clerics of Normanor, here to bless our harvest. They wore long robes and masked like scarecrows, but instead of straw, the masks were packed with fragrant herbs, lavender, rosemary, sage. I could smell them from a distance. They were polite, but not what I expected. No offerings, no prayers, no rituals to Normanor. Instead, they asked about the old water ducts beneath the keep. They spoke as if they already knew about them. I told them the truth. They're old, forgotten, probably clogged and collapsed, but they didn't seem deterred. They disappeared beneath the keep, going deeper than I knew possible. I expected them to return with news, a ceremony, a blessing. Instead, they left without a word. I thought it was odd at the time. Now I know better. That is the 78th of Revival. We have a log from the 90th of revival, the 98th of revival, the 24th of harvest, the 37th of harvest, and that is the final.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, I want to see how the story plays out. I think we owe it to him to listen to his story in full.
I hand it over to you.
Okay,
Perform it.
that's fine.
Do you want to read it?
Sure.
Cool. You will start with...
Good, I don't have to.
While you're passing the book over, Nicola, do you know anything of medicines or have any learned information about that?
I am very smart.
Is this all of them?
Yep, so...
Lucci is the end.
She mentioned something about aqueducts. I am not
Oh.
learned on many diseases, but I know that they could spread easily through water.
That is a good way to spread a disease, yes, is by contaminating the water.
If anything stands out.
I think you're right. The sickness spreads fast. First, it was aching and rashes, then stiffness in the joints. Then they just stopped moving. Not dead, not unconscious, just standing still. Eyes wide, unblinking. Skin turning an ugly shade of brownish orange like rust on a neglected hinge. I've tried everything. Prayers, poultices, remedies. Nothing works. Lucy, if you still hear me, show me the way. This one's from the 95th. I retraced their steps today. Past the old tunnels, deeper than I ever dared before, and then I found it. The quarantine site. The walls were covered in old warnings, crude dwarven letters, scratched in hastes, barely legible through the dust and time. The writing is ancient, likely from Clarimon's rule, when this keep was a dwarven stronghold. But the seal, the one meant to keep whatever was inside locked away, was already broken when I had arrived. Something was buried here, something those masked men knew about, and we, blind trusting fools, let them unleash it. From the 98th. It has a name. I found an old ledger hidden beneath the dust of centuries. They called it rust. A plague from ages past, a sickness of the bones, the flesh, the soul. It starts small, an ache, a stiffness, but it never stops, until the body locks up completely and begins to rot. They could not find a cure, so they closed them off. The 13th of harvest, big time skip here. There were just too many. I couldn't help them all, and those I healed just got sick again. There were a group of them outside my door. I heard their weak murmurs coming from over there. A couple of days through the crack of the door, and the statues of I could not save. The 24th of harvest. The town is gone. Those still standing do not move, do not speak, just stare as if waiting for something. The bodies have rotted in place, but they do not fall. The red dust creeps through my window. 30th of harvest. I did not let them in. I will not let them in. I cannot let them in. Lucy, your silence is justified. I have failed you. I have failed them. Do I stop there or next? That's it? Although there is one from the 37th of harvest.
Is there?
Yeah.
That one's
Oh,
just...
my bad.
That's the last one?
Yep.
This is the final entry. I cannot sleep. How could I with this blanket of guilt that covers me every day? The food is spoiled. The screams of a town that I've neglected haunt my every breath. I peek out my window to see a bustling town only to blink and see the truth. Whatever this was meant to rot in depth. So naive. Lucy, forgive me. These men that showed up in the robes, did they unleash an illness on the town?
They released something. This illness, did the logs make mention of how it was contracted, how it was spread, aside from the initial outburst?
He said it creeps through the windows, which makes me think maybe it's airborne?
Does that mean we're all infected?
I already feel it.
Honestly, I think it is prudent that perhaps we stay a few days and see.
Here?
No, but on the edge of town. I think we burn what we can, burn any signs of sickness, but I would not spread a plague. And I would like to make sure that I have not contracted anything before traveling to any other cities.
Can we
That is a good point.
can we seal it? Can we destroy the rune? Can we? I don't know enough about.
We need to scour his book if there's a cure.
He said there was no cure.
Or at least he didn't have time to find it.
Whatever it is that they unleashed seems to at least be the source. But can the disease spread aside from it, is what I'm curious. I think if we wait a day or two here, we will be able to find out. I think it is prudent that we make signs, barring entry. If none of you would want to go in, I understand, but I will do my best to burn the bodies within the city.
I'll help.
Any source of plague or anything that I can find. I would not
We can
leave
also
it.
check out the aqueducts and see if, you
Will
know.
that not make you more susceptible to possibly catching this?
I think we've already been exposed. If we've caught it, we've caught it. But I think I would rather be an unfortunate person to catch it, and the last one, than to have these things remain only to infect other unsuspecting people. I think burning the bodies is our best bet. As I said,
I agree.
I would not ask any of you to aid. I would not do that.
No, I understand it.
But
We must.
bear in mind, I will keep every precaution I can. I think that it is airborne. It's you coughed, and whatever it is didn't seem to get into your lungs.
Face coverings, at least.
Agreed. Mask up.
Definitely
wash our
don't
hands.
drink the water.
My worry.
What is washing of hands?
Don't drink any water. Eat any food. No consumption of anything.
My worry, though, is if we burn the keep to the ground, what is there to warn travelers?
Oh, I don't think we could burn the keep, just the bodies. We need to put signs on the approach to the keep.
The keep is ancient
And stone.
Right, but anything wood, buildings, I mean...
I mostly focused on any bodies, any biological signs. I do not know if we could travel through wood or anything.
But touching them...
We don't need to move them to set them ablaze.
Right. Okay.
I take your time. I am going to see what I can. I will also see. You mentioned finding an ancient tome, some book that made mention of a creature named Rust. I think it might be prudent for us to try and find that as well.
Well, it's in the aqueducts.
Well, the creature was in the aqueducts, but the tome that he was researching.
I think was it a creature, or was it... No.
There was.
It was a plague.
It was a plague that was. It was a plague that was.
They called the disease rust.
Yeah.
There was a quarantine site from God knows
My
when.
misunderstanding.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
That was down in the past aqueduct.
Gotcha.
So we
So there's no idea. There's no reason to believe that there's a creature roaming around. Then it's just there was a plague that they cracked open.
What we effectively are tasked with now is creating a new quarantine zone.
Sealing it again.
Correct. Barricading it,
Yes.
making signage.
Many signs
I
out here.
do have magical means to summon flame, so I will wrap myself in face coverings and I will assist with how I can.
I have torches. I will just be using that to blaze everything. And I'll nod to you, ladies, if you choose to stay out here, I would ask in Craig and Walk and Mel, if you wouldn't mind perhaps fashioning signs out of lumber or anything that we can.
Yeah, I got you. Mel's a little shook, but he hops on down. Yeah.
I think Dundarian starts heading back up to the keep, except this time fully masked up.
Masked up. Yep. All right.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah, he would just Johannes would just take his tunic off and just completely kind of desert wrap himself.
Yeah.
I'll help with signs.
What Johannes would do is he would start gathering like large timber to barricade the doors with. Like anything large that could like be used as a barricade for the doors. He would probably avoid the task of burning bodies as long as he could.
We should bar it from the outside so people.
Of course, yes. I'll collect as much as I can and lay it off to the side.
I'll begin burning buildings. I will see if I can find any ledgers, town square, any library, anything of that nature. And I'm just gonna walk around. I'm gonna do two things here. Well, three things really. One,
Whoa, now.
first and foremost, I'm looking for like any biological, so like any pets, any animals, any rodents, anything that has an infected nature. I'm trying to like catalog in my mind and even writing down like this many people in the town square or anything.
You notice, so there's like a couple rats scurrying around. They don't look infected.
Okay.
You see as you're kind of just examining, you do see a dead dog. Sorry, trigger warning. You see a dead dog, but it doesn't have any of the rust-like things. It's just dead. So, from your understanding, at least right now, you're like, well, maybe it's just a disease that
Affects sentient.
Yeah.
Second thing is I'm looking for any books on the history of the hill, anything like that. And then third, I'm looking for anything that could be made useful. If I find, I mean, this is an abandoned town.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there's gold. I'm sure there's weapons. I'm sure there's armor.
So with you saying that, actually, it's you never realized it until now. This place looks ransacked.
Looted.
Like someone's been here.
Sure.
You go over to like the market, you see a lot of spoiled foods, and you see, just like toppled over carts. You go to see like where cash registers or where little side drawers, and I mean you find a couple gold here and there because obviously they can't get everything. I'll roll a d20.
4.
You find 4 gold.
Okay.
Nice. Better than nothing.
But that's something you realize because you're like, oh, I'll go to like a blacksmith or I'll see if there's weapons, and you're like, oh, there's
no weapons, no armor. There's no nothing.
You see
nothing
like rusted
daggers.
You see daggers, like some short swords, but nothing like too crazy.
Is the metal in town more covered in rust than we would expect?
Yes,
It is corroded.
Gotcha.
It looks it looks a little bit more rusted than you.
There really isn't any like silvered metals in the town.
Everything looks dusty and rusted.
To bank on what you said, though, definitely like a library.
Yeah, I leave the gold, and I think I mentioned to you about finding books, and I said like I'll take the town hall, you take the library.
The library.
Roll investigation for books.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, books.
Books are evil.
Non-evil books, preferably.
That's what you think.
History.
Fake
I'm thinking like, look, if they quarantined it before, there's definitely a ledger of it somewhere. Now, whether it was
15.
taken, who knows?
15.
See,
And are you at the library or at the town hall?
I would be at the library.
He's library. I'm town hall.
Library. I mean, you find a lot of books about.
Smut.
Yes, you find smut. You're trying to look for more local stuff. You do see a thing of the history of Stoneborough Keep. It's just a quaint little book. It was spoken on that it was a dwarven settlement.
I'll take it for personal reading.
But you don't see anything that mentions like a plague.
I'm just going around taking a bunch of books that pique my interest.
Hmm.
Ooh, thermodynamics.
Why not?
You're from Illumia. Roll me an insight check.
I got dirty 20 on my investigation.
Ooh, craft
Insight is
Or either an insight or a history, whatever one's higher for you.
history is 12.
12. Well, you remember him reading back and you hear Claremont's reign. That was like thousands of years ago.
Okay.
So like, if there was
Back
a
when I was a
quarantine
teenager.
leisure, or if they were
It-
talking about it,
Yep.
it would have had to been.
It would be very, very old.
It'd be a long time ago.
In the
Gotcha.
3 digits.
With the 20 though in the town hall, you do see just normal, like
Nothing. Yeah.
nothing about a plague though. I mean, towards the end, you do see like stuff like we don't know what's happening. Like town is a loss. Do not leave. Do not accept people coming in. And yeah.
The last thing I'll do is I'll go to the place where they were because the healer made mention of a book that he found, and I'm going to look for that book.
Did he mention a book?
That's how he found out about the quarantine.
Oh yeah.
tome.
Sorry.
The
Yeah.
rust.
Sorry. Yeah. You go down to the basement. Yeah, you do see a book in Dwarvish.
I take it.
Can you read Dwarvish?
I actually might be able to.
I actually might be able to.
Yeah, I speak Dwarvish.
Wow, legendary.
I do. I do kind of say a quick prayer, just a general prayer, to this individual, and making sure that the room is clear of anything of value or could be of value.
Yeah.
I kind of. I mean,
He's got more gold on him, I will say.
for me, it's like, I wouldn't risk like a couple of gold for just the risk of contamination. But I will say that unfortunately, for lack of a better term, I kind of like make a bonfire. I set the stones around him so the fire doesn't spread, and I burn the body.
Well, something I want to clarify when you were talking.
Actually, roll me one investigation just real quick.
When you were talking about him, you said his body was like
snort
dead. Is he rusty as well?
No,
He's not.
he was
rusty.
not. He was not.
He was not.
If I inject enough of it into me, I'll
I
build
wonder
an
if he
immunity.
starved to death.
microdosing.
That's
I
right.
did.
Or
Investigation 10.
Either or.
It's not hard to see when you were looking at the thing. He's missing a finger.
I don't think I make a connection
Yeah.
of anything being there. Just
Like
he's missing a
he's a
finger.
doctor. He'd probably.
I
cut
mean,
off
I
his
saw
scalpel.
rats and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I will say you do realize it's not like
Rats.
it's a healed over wound. You just see like the pink and bone. You're like, oh, that he. Huh.
Rats.
After the fact, he must have lost a finger.
Well, if I'm seeing pink, that's implying that there's still color. I mean, how long dead is this body?
But you know what I mean, like when
Said
if
30
like
days.
it wasn't like
But that's important, you know what I mean? Because decay would hide that versus like a more fresh body.
You know
That
that,
would-
the chip is not rusted over like it should be.
I'm saying more. It's not like he lost his finger in life and it had healed over.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it looks as if it was like
Removed after a death.
yeah,
It was post-mortem.
Yeah.
horse mortem.
Well,
Oh,
with that in mind, I do keep that I do lock that away because it seems like the town's been picked over and clearly this guy had something of value on his finger. Yeah, I burn his body. I come up. I literally am just burning the bodies of every rest person. I burn the body of the dog, and I try to. I think that we should try to find the aqueducts and seal them as well as. I hate to say it, but kill the rats. We don't know how this is spread, certainly, and I would be rather cautious than anything else.
I would be worried to go to the aqueducts, and I mean, if not contracting it from being around the bodies, would we not nearly certainly contract it from the source?
I'm fine with you staying. I'm willing to do this on my own.
I mean, we're at a point now where either we have it or we don't.
Well, if we don't,
I agree with him. It is more of a risk to go to the source. Again, I'm more than happy to do this on my
I
own.
don't think I'd be able to heal you.
Send the old folks to
It
the
is
aqueduct.
it is a risk.
I am more curious than
Retirement.
anything.
It is a risk I'm willing to take. And again, we will stay separate. I have water and food for at least a few days separate.
I
So-
would love to see ancient aqueducts. It's on my bucket list.
It would be.
I think using the ledger that I picked up from the healer, I take us down to the aqueducts, and then I turn to you. I'm like, look, I look for any obvious ways of like moving giant rocks or anything to try and like
I
reseal
look for
this.
structural weak points.
But I think both of us. I think I help. I think I turn to you and like, I will help you. You can use my eyes, but I think we should investigate this for any signs of either those masked individuals or any other information.
So in the writings of his journal, he said it was past the aqueducts in a spot that he did not know existed.
Yeah,
are
so
you-
we're heading
are you
into the
s-
aqueducts, and then I assume
Yeah,
You're heading past down.
yeah,
So-
we're heading to the place where at least he knows. You
the
know what I
point
mean?
of
Like,
origin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys head down. You're heading down further and further. It doesn't take very long, but you do get to the spot where you do see where the aqueducts once were. These like long pipes that have just since been completely crushed and clogged. So you're like, oh well, that's obviously that's why everyone stopped here, is because there's nothing. But then you realize that if you go underneath the aqueduct, the path continued downward. So you guys continue heading down. It's not too far. It takes you guys about 10-15 minutes of just heading straight down. And when you kind of enter this landing, you can see where that marking he had before, the old dwarven runes on the outside of this door that was just completely blocked off. You're reading it, and you know Dwarvish, but obviously Dwarf has
This is
changed
ancient
a
Dwarvish,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
So you're like, it says something about sickness, I think. That's like the main thing that you can see is sickness, but you don't really understand the words behind before or after it. So you head over towards that door, and that's where there was that seal that had been broken, and the door was just wide open.
Is this like a stone tablet, or is this like a physical door that swings
It's like
open?
a stone tablet that had been
Two
cracked
stones.
open.
like yeah. You could probably think like way back in the day this was likely an armory or something.
Yeah, whatever.
But it seemed
may
as
be.
if they were using it as
No, once I see the writing on a broken stone tablet, I'd be like, this is the seal. This is what we need to repair.
yeah. Do you guys peek into the room, or do you?
I
don't.
would. Curiosity.
Yeah.
I think I say to you, like, if you want to look inside, I won't stop you, but I do think it is very dangerous.
As I walk in.
He says, "Fuck."
You walk all the way. You don't have
No,
to.
I know.
Oh,
I
you
like
gotta
look.
go.
Yeah, I
Are,
look.
are you?
I-
You're like
Dive in.
Yeah, we're all covered
Everybody's
up.
masked
Yeah, we're
up.
fully
Everybody's
masked
masked
up.
up.
All right,
It's
DM, someone has to do it.
mid
Walk in.
2020
No, I'm
at
just-
this
I'm
point.
just asking. I'm just trying to figure out.
He
Wait, does a
peeks.
small beam of light sparkle on something shiny in there? Because I'll go in.
Yeah. No. So you guys.
No, this is
you,
knowledge I can't pass up.
No,
you,
for sure.
you take a peek in and you see a lot of that like red dust kind of billowing from underneath the door, coming through the opening. What you see is it's ancient. It's been festering there for a little bit. You see approximately anywhere from 30 to 40 bodies. It's kind of hard to state exactly what's what. They're all kind of just piled up into this mass. A lot of it's mostly skeletal remains with a lot of that rustic stem just kind of like heading up towards the ceiling. You do see it seems like a person was splattered across the wall, and a lot of this dust is flowing from their being. They are completely eroded away at this point. They're basically just, you can see where their veins once were are completely rusted. Everything else is decayed. So you just see veins on this wall that are just oozing this red dust as it flows across the floor, and you see this, like I said, this congealed body of
I
blood and rust.
relay that.
Yeah, I will say I've got dancing lights to help illuminate the area for
It's
us.
bright now, and you see something shiny in the corner.
Do you want to
Do I
go?
relay?
No.
You see a big pineapple.
No,
for
I'm just
you.
saying because we're underground,
No, yeah,
and
no.
I wouldn't have a torch because we'd be eliminating our own
Yeah.
oxygen.
Should we burn the bodies in here?
Don't think that there's anything left to burn, unfortunately.
I guess that is a good
It's all
point.
bone and rust, right?
Just metal.
Yeah. I think we
Try to seal it up from here.
seal up what we can, and
You push on one side of the rock, I'll push on the other, and we'll
You-
close it.
use leverage as well.
I make a fulcrum.
I was gonna say,
Fulcrum.
however long
Come
it
in.
takes, like I don't want to RP it, but like however long it takes, I think the two of us could figure out a way to reseal this, even if it
Yeah.
means collapsing this
Right,
thing.
yeah.
It's not entirely
making
hard.
signs.
You
think
use
they've died?
leverage and you use your strength to like push it through, and these gates were closed for so long, and they've only been recently opened. So it's like a part of them kind of like the groove has been set for so
Sure.
long that it's kind of
Easy to slip it
back into where it needs to be.
Good deal.
So he seals up.
I will carve in common, do not enter, plague, quarantine.
I do that in every language I know.
Yeah.
Goblin, deep.
I do
How many?
actually know Goblin.
Of course
I bet you do. You seem like a guy who knows how to gobble. Gobble.
I know how to gobble.
Yikes.
Yeah, an
Yikes. First of all,
ex-goblin
yikes.
girlfriend.
I know Common, Draconic, Goblin, Orc, and Sylvan.
How do you know so many
I knew
languages?
Pretty old.
a goblin
Them all.
attorney who taught me. Anyway, I think, walk back, and I think I mentioned before, because there is eventually a point where, like, there's a stair or a tunnel that goes into the greater aqueduct.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should collapse this as well.
Yes, we should collapse all of it. Nobody should be down here anyway.
I don't think that it should be easy to walk
Yeah.
to something. Do the same thing.
Yeah. How do you collapse it?
How is the tunnel structured?
It's a stone tunnel that just kind of heads down. So it's stone roof, just carved.
So there should be
down.
a keystone that holds.
Yep. Or you do see some like lumber bearings as well.
I can try to use some magic to try and move or destroy the keystone or the lumber. We could burn the lumber.
Yeah, I can burn the lumber. That's about all I got.
I will do my best. I'll use witch bolt. Ones were like as far as we possibly can be, like up the things. Because once this thing collapses, it's gonna collapse fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot the keystone, the structural integrity of the tunnel.
You do so, and it pops out, and it half collapses, and it folds in on itself. So the door is now sealed.
Sealed.
We go up to the point where it's an access to the town, and then again carve "Do not
Do not
enter."
enter.
Yeah.
Death.
Only death awaits you.
Yes.
The ladies were making signs.
Make peace, not war.
I think I should make my sign a little spookier like yours. She just has like, well, go ahead and describe your sign. I feel like yours would be scary.
I'm writing in Thieves' Cant.
Oh.
Perfect.
Putting
you just-
like nothing here.
What is thieves' cant on paper? Damn wingdings?
It's 100% wingdings.
Out of wingdings.
So it's just like code words. It's not like
That's why I'm like, oh, I see. So you would be like,
The raven flew.
don't slopple the doppel.
yeah.
Might be a couple.
The
Yeah.
cockroach sped west.
Oh, can't go in.
I can't go in.
Actually, I think I've got the Thieves' Cant translator here.
Yeah, I've got like a.
Fickle fungus feet finder.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
That means
That's what it says.
That means
Well, in that
barding.
case, you see, I made some dye with like some berries, and you see, I have a big sign that just has "Keep out death."
That's very fair.
Death walks up. Ah, damn it.
I'm not allowed, guys.
Mel's like sitting there. He's like, "Am I getting stiff? Am I getting stiff?
Yay.
I don't think I'm getting stiff. I think I'm fine. Am I getting stiff?"
Is that rough?
I want to subtly drain one of my oil flasks and pop the finger in the flask to cork it off.
Okay.
Because I don't know what the fuck it might have. So I'm like trying to contain it.
Okay.
The ring?
No, the finger.
The finger.
Oh!
Do you take the ring off of it, or is the
Yeah.
ring still on it? Okay.
Ring mine. Don't care about ring. Finger, ew, gross. Don't throw
Yeah,
that
you
away.
put the finger in the jar.
But you're gonna keep the finger?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
I mean,
puts the finger in the jar.
who knows when you're gonna need a cleric's
Who knows when you
finger?
need a finger?
That's a
if it's a
euphemism.
plague, and I can use it
Yeah.
90 episodes from now to kill somebody, let's go.
Or,
But the,
or cure a
the
plague.
cleric's finger doesn't have
Or
the plague.
use the
That we know of.
finger
That we know
to
of.
cast Revivify on the cleric, or Resurrection on the cleric.
He-
I
You've
feel
been
like that's a spell component to
Or-
something. A
or
cleric's finger.
take the finger and then throw it at the big bad, and then he gets rust.
Mm-hmm.
And then he may kill us, but years down the road, he
We
dies.
got him.
Yep.
Or it's
Days
like
later.
Ladies
it's like
and gentlemen,
pocket sand,
we
but
got it.
pocket finger.
Pocket finger.
So
Maybe I just like
That's
the
a-
top shit, guys. God.
Maybe I'm just dark and edgy.
Maybe I just like
Pocket
carry
finger.
fingers around with me.
Anyway, I think it probably takes a long while for us
Most of the day.
to do all the
probably.
Yeah.
burning, do everything,
Yes.
barring. I think What have you got?
I rolled a survival check to fasten a strong barricade for the door. And I rolled a 21, so it should be a strong barricade.
Oh, it's good. So
And-
good you can't even get out.
He's gonna barricade from the outside, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's
So good we
also
can't get out.
going to spend some time with basically his, we'll say, like the edge of his mace and a hammer, and he'll do his best to chisel in. The rust prevents the light from shining in the stone that's right next to the door, like the closest like stone. from
Give
the
me a
door.
performance check.
I will. I was hoping my 21 survival could really help, but we'll do the performance just to. Cocked.
How do you cock a digital
How do you-
dice?
It's cocked. It's 12.
You can't
Well-
have that argument if you're not rolling real ones.
It's
Yeah.
cocked. It is cocked.
It looks above average.
Nice. You can
You can read it.
You
it's
can
le-
read
it's,
it.
It's
Nice.
legible. You
He
might
was
not.
he was hoping this would,
Johannes, you spelled light wrong.
as long as
Do you
they
want
can
any?
understand it, that's
But
fine.
LITE.
As long as it can be understood.
That
that's
shit
okay.
is lit.
Lit. Do you want anything for our signs?
Sure.
Our
performances.
signs are the exclaimed.
between doors.
10.
Window. Is a so average sign. It's not even funny.
19.
Your sign looks
Above
great.
average.
I'm making so many keep
It
out
looks-
death
it looks
signs.
almost exactly how you want it.
So spooky.
Yeah, so spooky.
So
you got like
scary.
a goose and a goblin on there.
No, not goose and goblin. It's
Oh,
just scary.
I think once we get
I would
out
keep
there,
out.
I think I will spend as much time
Put
as
yours on there,
possible
keep out
carving
too.
into the door and on the stonework. City fell to plague. Stay out.
We're really making sure nobody
Yeah.
goes in here.
You
Keep out death. Keep out death. Keep out death.
I
guys-
make a
City
few
fell.
signs and they're all like, nothing left.
nothing left.
Not worth it.
Don't even go in there.
And thieves can't.
Like,
for,
but
like
like 100%,
it
it makes total sense.
Yeah, you guys spend a good several hours, burning the bodies, writing the signs, carving, chiseling.
Bonding.
Waiting to see if we feel stiff.
Stretching.
Yeah, you guys are like constantly stretching.
Everybody stay limber.
I feel good. How about you?
I think I turned to the rest of everybody. We have food, we have water. I think that we should stay here, not go by any streams or running water. Stay here for 3 days. How long did
No.
it take?
Why would we do that?
Because
case
if
we're
we're
sick.
infected, we can't
So we
go
don't
to any
spread
other
this to the rest
We
of
don't need to stay in the city. Well, this is like 100 yards away where we were before.
We have to self-quarantine
Would
to
you
make
all-
sure we don't have
2
it.
weeks.
Would you all let me pray and say a prayer for us all?
I would pray
Well, I'm
with
not
you.
gonna say no.
Could
I
could,
would pray with
could
you.
everybody please circle up?
Oh, you want us to join?
Yes, please.
Oh.
If we could.
Don't force religion on people.
No, I won't. Really, you don't have to join the circle if you don't want to. But
I stand close to Johannes.
I'd like Lumia to shine her light on us.
I
And he would like basically like put his arms around everybody, and like
Oh,
he would
every-
just click.
Everyone.
It's too close to people. It's, like
Yeah.
if we were standing in a circle, he would sit there, and he would channel his divinity today. He would use his channel divinity, not for any way that you can do it in D&D, but fuck the rules.
Okay,
We
I
feel
like
it.
you
We
wanna,
feel it.
you say that, but paladins have lay on hands where you can cure any disease or
This
poison,
is
so.
just me channeling my divinity to say a prayer, and as you do that, same thing happened the first time he did it. His eyes glow white. You see this light shine around him as he speaks some words of defense, and he whispers his sweet nothings to Illumia. Illumia is the god of light, right?
God of light and the name of the
In the name
nation.
of the nation, yeah.
I follow you in prayer.
And then as soon as his light starts to fizzle out, that's when he's just like, Amen. Thanks, guys. I do truthfully believe that a good spiritual relationship with Illumia keeps you in good health. So,
What happened to your voice?
me?
A good spiritual
does
relationship
that.
with
I don't know.
with your country.
Huh?
A spiritual relationship with your country.
Illumia is a god.
The goddess of
You would know
light.
that.
The goddess of light.
the
Come
god
on.
of illumination.
Have you not been following? Oh, goodness. Well,
Atheist.
my father, Ekester.
No, I
You have
just
a
get
father?
I get a little confused with you talk about your country and it gets a little mixed with your religion.
It's very much so one and the same. The light shines on Illumia. Illumia's light.
See, this guy gets it.
Make a living.
Thanks,
Make
Kesta.
Illumia bright
I
again.
mean Dad. I mean Garrison. I mean Kent.
And I put
I
on
mean
my red hat.
You can just call me Walk. Honestly.
Walkins.
I turn to Mel. How long will your goods last?
I mean,
Do they bear risk of spoiling?
it's a pretty long road to Necrota, so I knew that it wasn't.
There's
They'll,
something.
they'll be fine.
Well, adequately salted fish can keep for quite some time.
Quite some time.
That's good, but
Stinky
wasn't
fish
sure
is
if-
better than no fish.
Factual.
I think we should. I personally think that we should wait 3 days.
Yeah, just to make sure we don't have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Does the journal say if we
Yeah,
had
the first
symptoms?
symptom. Yeah, I was just about to say.
So, looking back at the journal,
I think it was like a 7-day onset.
it took about 7 days for he said that the sickness spread fast, and it took about 12 days for that to happen. After
The thing was
clerics of Normanor left, he did say
After
That's
he-
12 days for it to waft up from
Well,
the...
Yeah, but
and you
after
would've
he
been-
cured people, when did they
Yeah.
start showing
well,
symptoms?
that was the thing. He said that he would hear people, but it didn't matter because they would just get sick again.
But what I'm saying is that we read.
Not that it's like a lost cause, but they would just go home to the sick people and then just get it again.
I'm just saying we read 8 out of context passages. I'm sure that there would have been somewhere in there like a medical log of like day 1 symptoms X until like
It's-
that.
That's what I was wondering, because if he was able to cure them, and yes, they went home and got sick again, does he have a log of when they then showed symptoms again?
That's what I'm saying. Like a healer would have a like from
Like,
an incubation
cure-
period.
Yes.
First sign,
He wrote down here actually real
just
quick.
so we know what to.
3 days, 3 days, 1 day, 1 day, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Do you
Long
are you
rest.
are you only
Long rest.
looking at
4 hours.
his journal, or are you looking at the other journal as well?
Oh. We're looking at
I
every
will.
piece
Yeah,
of material
we've got the
got.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, like we've got
Yeah.
the time, but my
yeah.
thought is like the healer of the town would keep a log of everything.
No,
So
I'm
going
just,
through.
I'm just wondering
Yeah.
which one you were looking at because you get different information from it. If you're reading his, he wrote somewhere towards the middle. It looks like it's an infection that starts as a rash over certain joints or ligaments. The rash is an orangish brown color, and it looks as if the area is quote unquote rusting. After a few days, the bones and ligaments of the infected start to stiffen. After about a week, the body,
We should know that in a few days.
infected
Yeah.
body, is completely immobile.
So if we don't have a rash in 3 days, we'll know that we're clear.
Let's get some ways away from the keep and set up camp.
Yeah. Yes. Just remain isolated on the road. Yes. I think not that I want to RP it, but I take the 3 days to like go with Nikolai and go through the book as much as possible. Help you with sword training or
We would
anything
train.
that you
We
want
would
to go.
we would
and
train.
getting to know you guys and stuff, and I mean,
Getting to know her.
well, I mean,
Have you tried?
it would be as much as your character,
Yeah.
but like it's 3 days of stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's
Well-
a long time.
Are we gonna play out 3 days?
I was gonna say we have a good like 15 minutes or so. So how about we just spend the rest of you guys doing some little bonfire action?
Night
No,
one.
I don't
Do we
like
want? Do we want to do
these. I don't-
bonfire night 1 or night 2?
I don't like these guys.
My thing is like I'll bonfire with whatever, but I'm just saying like that's how I spend my 3 days. So I'll have any RP conversation you want, but that like my 3 days are doing that.
Yeah, I would be whittling little statues of Illumia, and playing with Soul, and training with my sword, and hunting and fishing. That's my days.
Okay.
I will be working on my personal projects and then going through
Mm.
the journals
You feeling stiff at all there, old man?
every day.
Okay, that's
That's
worrisome.
not abnormal.
Does
There
that-
hasn't been a year
Do
that I
any of
haven't
you have
felt
any
stiff.
makeup run this color? No reason. I'm just curious.
Every time you guys go to look at Nico, he freezes.
No. You have to have a better pose.
Liz spends the 3 days. I think she is so used to her days being planned like to the minute that she has to stay busy. So she spends it like she trances for 4 hours. She runs through her drills. If Johannes is up trapping, she will accompany him. If they're sparring, she'll spar with them. They're going through the journals, she'll sit and listen. Like, just trying to do anything to fill
If
the
you
time.
spar with us, you'll get a +1 from Johannes. He'll give you a +1 trust.
And I'll give you a +3.
Oh, sick.
Johannes, like,
Nice.
Yes, certainly.
A little heart fills up.
stabbing.
Johannes
the kid.
and
Johannes
Darian
didn't-
approve.
Approve.
Johannes did
Nice.
not approve.
So speaking of not approving, what is
Oh.
What are you,
Miss
Mrs.
LaFontaine spending her days doing?
I'm just kind of observing.
Just kind of watching.
Yeah.
You
Just-
sit
I just-
staring.
I'm just imagining from behind.
Just being edgy against a
No.
tree.
No.
No, I'm just observing.
She helped me build my robot.
I help where it's requested. I've got like a little journal that I write in.
Do you take initiative for anything or no?
No, not a bit.
Oh, interesting. I think
I also set up your tent,
Oh, thank you.
and I make sure you sleep in it at night. Because if we're looking for stiffness, we can't tell if you sleep in the chair. Okay?
I do have RP for the third and final night. But,
yeah, I say third and final night would be a good one.
For RP
This is the
time.
day. This is the day that we've allocated. Like, okay, if nobody feels like shit in the morning, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I did have one thing that we can do. I want to do it now before RP.
Oh,
No,
roll for rust.
No. Can I have everybody roll me a D4?
Oof.
Can I
How
have one
much
mad?
rust?
Looks bad.
Ooh,
already
little
know.
candy guy.
Oof.
Duh.
So keep your numbers, hold them out.
Keep your numbers, hold them
Now,
out.
with your other hand, grab a D100 and roll a D100.
Scheiße.
D100, what are you? You and you.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, these.
that one and
Yeah.
this one. So the first. So that'd be 14.
Oof. Oof.
14 and a 2.
All right,
So-
did everyone roll?
Yeah.
All right, what did you get? 14, 2. So your birthday is the
February
14th of Revival.
14th of Revival. I'll put it down in my notes.
What is yours?
Wait, you really got 14 and a 2?
Yeah.
I got 14. I'm just kidding. I got 64 and a 2, though.
So your birthday is the 64th of Revival.
190.
You are the 90th of Downpour.
I got a 4 and 76.
So yours is the 76th of Frost.
I got a 4
Frost.
and a 53.
So the 53rd of Frost.
You have the same birthday. In real life and in the game.
Wait, did you guys roll the same thing?
Almost.
Very close.
Oh.
54th, 76th
Wow,
of Frost.
no one had a birthday in Harvest. And only one down.
No, and you know what's also in Harvest? Rust. Coincidence? I think not.
Okay, anyway, I wanted to do that little
So it is night 3.
night 3.
I assume we are all very anxious because we've been checking our joints all day, every day. The big,
I haven't looked once.
we've checked you. Don't worry.
I've
You're
had
sleeping.
Mrs. LaFontaine look at my entire body
The
to see
big
if there's a rash.
question is, it's night 3. Is anyone showing signs of the sickness?
Just Uno. No.
Oh!
Gotta kill him.
Because he made out with Roxy.
He didn't make out with me.
Make out with-
Because he made out with Roxy! Cannon!
really
Damn
did.
Oh
Mel,
no!
Mel,
When-
Mel, why? You have a rash around your
When-
mouth.
When did we discover that he was?
It was like the second day he started to
Rust
get
is an
a little
STD.
patchy on his elbow.
We figured
We'll,
it
keep,
out.
we'll just keep watching it. Just
Oh
to...
no.
Mel.
Well, maybe there's a cure.
There's not.
There's
I
not.
will stay here with Mel, but Mel, for the others, I mean, like as soon as he starts showing symptoms, mask it up.
We've been masked up since day 2.
That being said, I turn to Mel and I go, look, we can travel together and we can go to the nearest town. Maybe we can find a healer and the two of us can stay outside of town, but
The cleric did say he was able to heal it. They just kept getting sick because it was in the air or whatever. So yeah, we might be able to.
It's a
save him.
manageable condition. Or we can kill you.
Well, no,
The thing is that it still spreads.
no, I am
true.
I am willing to cure your wounds. If you'd let me try.
Okay.
And he would cast Healing Word as to not touching. Huh? I don't have that spell. I'm
yet?
level 3.
It's not a spell, it's a feature. I don't know when you get it as
A
paladin.
feature.
It's a paladin class feat.
Uh,
Features to the right. That one.
No, I don't
You
have
don't
it.
have
I
a
think
P-roll?
I'm
Scroll down.
level 1 paladin.
You do.
I
Lay,
thought- I
lay
thought
on
it was
hands. It is. lay on one.
hands. You have a pool of healing power.
5 times your paladin level.
Oh, okay.
To cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Okay. I will do that.
It cures a disease or neutralizes
Yeah.
poison.
On your first day, you're like, there's nothing. You do your prayer, where you like do the fancy light thing, and you're like, all right, I'm good.
It
And
gets
then
like
There's nothing I can do.
as you like, he's like kind of sitting there. You can tell he's isolated himself. He realizes it. You go over to him. You know, you guys have your conversation. You're like,
We're gonna have to kill you, Mel.
it's okay, and you put your hand on
That's
the
what
shoulder.
me and Miss
and
Longfontaine was talking about.
Shoot out, your eyes light, and you can almost see as because it says it cures disease, yeah.
yeah.
You can see as the patch starts to just like disappear.
About time
Oh,
a
thank
paladin
God! I thought you
actually
guys were
does
gonna kill
something.
me.
So
Paladins are the worst.
so I think that we need to be very cautious and make sure that it doesn't come back. If I think we wait another day or whatever. Does it come back?
Nope.
Okay.
Mel, you
Good deal.
dodged a bullet. I
Nice.
thought we were gonna have to kill you.
You were gonna kill him?
I was going.
Well, not
You
when he
were
was
going to?
not when he was awake.
No, he was looking.
Mel,
I trusted you.
A little thing,
joke.
a little thing pops up. List
Doubt.
disapproves.
I'm glad that we were able to cure.
I'm glad it was that easy.
I fear that it won't be after reading his notes. We're gonna have to keep watching you and go to some sort of great healer in Negrota.
Well,
I think
this
the
isn't the end of
issue.
this journey.
but what I'm saying is like if like I want to wait however many days so that we can know that it doesn't come because we don't know that it can be something that's spread while non-presenting.
We
He can still spread the disease even though it's not
He's
showing.
symptomatic.
Dundarian, I understand that, but we can't wait forever. We've got
You
to
would
get moving.
rather infect an entire city, Necrota?
We won't be in Negrota for a long time. I'd rather hit the road and
We were in
limit our contact.
in the town for less than 2 hours. He was in the town for even less, and he got infected.
DM, can you give us a wink if we wait a day or two and it doesn't appear? If our hunch is right.
Yeah, well, like my thing is like in game it costs us nothing to wait actual like an extra couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To see if it reappears or
To
not.
see if it reappears and is cured.
Yeah.
So I mean, once
Because we had a theory that they kept getting sick, and that cleric's note said
Yeah, that's-
because people at their home were sick.
Yeah, and my fear is like, okay, you cured it, but are you like just curing the symptoms and then spreading it to more people when you're not showing?
Because we don't know how lay on hands works, and we don't know that it actually cures a disease.
So are we watching to see if we get symptoms?
Not
Pretty much
necessarily.
everybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But the big thing is Mel's the only one who contracted it. We just mask up and then sit and wait.
Well, we'll give it to day 4 because we'll wait 2 days
Yeah,
after we
exactly.
cure it.
Yeah,
you heal him and he
doesn't
he
get
doesn't
sick
get
again.
any more
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
So it's the end of day 5
Yep.
and fire.
So now it is the 65th.
I thought it was the 67th already.
It's 8:58. Do we want to pick up next session with our bonfires?
I think it's a good
Yep.
idea.
Yeah.
World start.
We survived.
You guys survived.
For now.
That was spooky dooky.
Yeah, that was
Spooky.
a wonderfully cinematic session.
Tension.
I felt like I was there the whole time.
Yeah.
I so thought they were gonna attack us.
Yes.
I'm
Redeads,
really happy that
redeads.
it didn't.
Yes.
Like that's one of the things because like there's such a temptation to be like, and then the monsters come out and bite you. I like the fact that it was just a disease.
Also, foot combat, boo combat.
We love
I
RP.
wouldn't say boo combat. I enjoy combat.
I hate D&D combat. It's the worst. Thank you.
That's just because you're not
Thanks,
good
man.
at it.
It's
That's
also
just-
the
that's
worst
just-
to run.
Yes.
Just
True.
skillish.
It was
It's
making me
just not
so
enjoyable.
happy how like uneasy you guys all were
Mhm.
because I was just like,
We didn't trust shit.
excellent.
Excellent.
The ring, you guys were like, I don't trust
But
that.
I mean,
thing.
in
I'm
real
so-
life, that's what we
Oh no, for sure,
Yeah.
for
The-
sure.
Honestly, like I'm so happy that
A
you
level
two
3.
went
Nobody.
down because if you guys hadn't and you were just there, I would have been like, let's leave, and then not given it a second thought.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Just been like, okay, we just need to go.
One of my character's flaws is that she is
A
nosy.
klepto.
So
Klepto.
that too. So she was like, she said there's somebody out there. I don't want to know what the fuck he's doing.
I will say one final thing, kind of, I guess that Dundarian would probably think of as the days were waiting, because you were like, you know, I'm glad that we're out of here, everyone's safe, and then it dawns on you, oh fuck, this place got ransacked.
Yeah. Oh no, I've
So
definitely been thinking that quietly to myself, but I haven't been making.
Those guys
But the-
showed up, released a plague, and then stole everything after everyone died.
But legit.
Or people came after
And are spreading the plague. The plague.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
That was weird to hear.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You mean we don't have to wait 10 years?
He's like,
For our
No,
next
but then
session?
we have to wait a fucking month after that.
There, that sounds more.
Hope
That sounds
everybody
like.
had a good time.
You did.
Not 100%.
Hey, that's fair.
Bye, friends.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody. Have a great night. Don't
I
let
have
the rust